This episode of All Wings Considered is brought to you by plutonium. Plutonium. You do just walk into a store and buy plutonium. Now, here's Ben and Jason.
Hey, everybody!
Did we know how to do that? Did we forget how to do that?
We've forgotten a lot in the last couple weeks, but...
we're back for show 20!
Back. Yes!
Wait, is it 20 or
19?
19?
It's 19.
Damn it!
Well, it's just...
All right.
Excitement for show 20.
So,
next week.
let's edit all of this out, and we will start afresh. And go.
Hey, everybody! Welcome to another exciting episode of All Wings Considered, the web's first and only weekly Wing Commander live stream.
Yes, I hope so.
So far.
We haven't really checked. We should see if we have competitors, but they're not the real deal.
Yeah, someone who knows how to do this could really take our market share.
Maybe.
Anyway, it is wonderful. It is absolutely wonderful to be back.
Yes.
3 weeks ago, we tried to do a remote show because Allie and I took a break. We went to the beach for the week with her mom, and we could not get connected. Then I got back from the beach, and we were all ready to do a great big 4th of July show. There were going to be fireworks and...
extravagant sparklers.
Yeah. And instead, I wound up in the hospital.
Well, there was fireworks, just different ones.
They were inside fireworks.
I was going to leave that out, but yep.
No, I had a big infection that caused sepsis, and it was not a happy couple days. So I was in the hospital for 5 days, 4 nights, which is no fun ever. But they took good care of me and pumped me full of antibiotics, and here I am, working on getting back to fighting form. I'm still kind of out of it a lot because I take like 1 million antibiotics every couple hours, and it knocks me out. But last week we almost did a show and we just couldn't quite get it. And this week we're gonna have kind of an easy show, just hang out.
It's a summer show, man.
Yeah,
it's relaxing. It's not the full, it's not sweeps week. It's just, how you doing?
Oh, we have some exciting stuff to catch up on. And,
yeah.
It's always great to be alive, and
well,
I appreciate all the kind messages everybody has sent me on Twitter and elsewhere. It's been great hearing from everybody that makes the fight back to normalcy worth it.
Certainly.
The fact that folks notice that you're not here. But so I've talked about my last couple weeks. How are yours?
Pretty good. Been making sure you're doing all right.
Mm-hmm.
I have continued the beard. The adventure has continued. Mm-hmm. It's been good. Work's been good. I've been getting to go to some different archives. I got to meet a longtime friend and wingnut a few weeks ago. Which maybe next week we'll have the picture that I have of him, where Popsicle Pete and I met at DuPont Circle and had some beers one night when it was actually, I think, was that like this... No, that might have been either the night before... That was... Oh, no, you were at the beach still.
That was at the beach.
Yeah, that's right. You were at the beach still. That's right. Because I was like, wait a minute, why weren't you there? But then... Or, yes, because you were still at the beach, I think. Yes. But other than that, it's been great. We've been hanging out. We've been... doing our thing. It's let's just get the obvious out of the way. It's hotter than hell here in the nation's capital.
Not pleasant right now. This is a bad summer for Maryland.
Well, we had a beautiful June, and we're paying for it with this horrific July. But yeah, other than that, man, we're just rocking along, ready to...
I got 2 messages in rapid succession on my phone. The first one was that there's a heat warning tomorrow and you must not go outside.
Ugh.
And the second one was from the power company, like, tomorrow is a savings day. Turn off your air conditioner and save money.
There you go.
Not gonna happen.
No, yeah, definitely not. No, it is. It's not that it's horrific outside. It's just it's right at the edge of that bad. It's you can go out there for a little while. I mean, we had a nice grilling day on Tuesday that we powered through no matter what, and it was a fun experience.
Grill issues.
We had some grilling issues. We had some. We wanted weather issues, but they never showed up. Instead, it just remained gray, overcast, and insanely humid. But yeah, other than that, man, I think we're just rocking like normal, right?
Yeah, continuing to
command our wings.
Commander life, yeah.
Yeah, living that Wing Commander dream. Collecting that AWC money.
And in fact, I have a Wing Commander story from today, because even when I'm totally wiped out and in bed. I'm still apparently being thought of by people outside here. I'll go to the slideshow viewer first.
Oh,
So
been so long since we hit the burners. I had to blow some dust out the back end, man.
Just like in Top Gun 2.
Yeah, that's right. Just like in Top Gun 2.
So last night, I got a call from Clyde Burrows himself out in California.
All right.
He
Dr.
is,
Burrows, sir.
Dr. Burrows.
Dr.
He
Burrows.
is at Comic-Con, presumably representing this show. I don't know how our marketing people work
He's
exactly.
at the scientific convention of... I gotta think of like science words for Comic-Con, but I got nothing, so keep going.
Anyway, he's at Comic-Con, and he found a stand selling animation cells, and even though we have tens of thousands of Wing Commander Academy animation cells that we've preserved,
I seen him.
he found some more!
Get out of town.
I PayPal'd him money, and he made a deal for them, so we'll show these on a future show when they come in. But if you thought there was no Wing Commander excitement at San Diego Comic-Con, you were wrong.
You stand corrected.
And he sent me this picture, which is the...
what is that fine vessel?
That's the TCS Suffolk from the Invisible Enemy. It's the Confederation transport that is crippled in the Kilrathi stealth fighter attack. And then Blair and Maniac hide their, what we now know to be ferrets aboard it.
That's right. Yes. We know from our deep investigations.
So that was great. And we got a bunch of those that are going to come in the mail. And it'll be fun. We'll have a whole segment with some more Academy stuff.
We should just one day bring up like one of the like a tub.
That would be a good episode.
Like and just like not look through it, just grab it and see what we get inside of it. Like don't curate it at all and just see what treasures we find. And
we better be quick because I just built 2 of the 3 shelves that we're gonna organize them onto. So.
I keep hearing this "we" thing. Is this something that suddenly?
Do you want?
By the way, you've been
in my basement for several weeks organizing animation cells.
I've been hanging out in your basement for the last year, watching Babylon 5 and stuff.
Well, this is one notch below that.
Click. I was gonna say it was one click up, but all right, whatever way the ratchet wants to move. What else? Just that? We only had that one?
Well, we got some historical stuff. And,
that's true. Well, I didn't know if you wanted to show some of the other...
I didn't put them in
gotcha.
time, so it will be a surprise.
Oh, I always like that. Yes. We're in the a super historical moment, right?
Mm-hmm.
We have...
Wing Commander relevant history stuff right now.
Well, it's one of those periods where just a ton of stuff happens over the last few days, right?
Mm-hmm.
We can start with we'll start with the Wing Commander 1. So 2 days ago was the 74th. I had to do the math. Should have wrote that down. The 74th anniversary of the United States entering the atomic age.
The world entering the atomic age. Really.
Well, I was gonna get there, right? Yes, but the United.
Unless you consider that first reactor in Chicago to be entering the atomic age. Right?
Well, no. Enrico Fermi's work was a very important first step, but I believe what we're speaking of is the Trinity test. In just outside of Alamogordo, New Mexico, yes. A site that you can visit twice a year on the, I want to say it's the first and third weekends of November and April, if I remember correctly, because the test site is in the middle of an active missile range. So, like Area 51, don't storm it.
I have a picture here. So the Trinity test was the first test of a nuclear weapon, a plutonium implosion type device.
I appreciate you never used the word bomb.
It's not a bomb.
It's not a bomb. That's right.
Yeah.
Yes, it is a device in that it is not a deliverable weapon system. You could certainly shove it into the back of a dump truck or something, but it's not a device that was ever intended to be used against anything. It was a test vehicle, yes, of the implosion.
The gadget.
Yes, the gadget.
So it is the an important moment in world history, regardless of how you think about such things. It is, opening that box that the world has never gone back from.
Certainly.
I've got a picture here.
And it's got a lot of Wing Commander-esque things, right? Because, even
yes,
the Kilrathi mention how when they managed to, what's the word that he uses? Master atomics? I forget what the verb is he using. How, because of the Utara, that they were not able to destroy themselves because they had an outlet.
And so... It's very relevant to Wing Commander because Wing Commander 3 has an entire storyline that is based on the Manhattan Project and testing this war-winning bomb. And we will talk about that for just a moment. But let me
what else?
show you these guys. Do you know who you can identify
Robert.
these two?
This is Robert Oppenheimer on the left with the interesting kind of a little floppy fedora there. You gotta fix that brim, man. And then that is General Leslie Groves next to him.
And that is the Oppenheimer is the scientist in charge of the Manhattan Project.
Yep.
And Groves is the
military
person in charge. He was the guy who he was in charge of constructing the Pentagon, and then went on to run the Manhattan Project, which was this massive 4-year
the most expensive
effort,
project of the time. Yep.
Up until the next project that we're going to talk about right after this.
That's right. Yeah. It was very, 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 very expensive, monumentally more expensive than anything the United States had ever done, and that precipitates then the rest of the 20th century just putting it on the credit card.
But the reason I share these two in particular, other than that they are absolutely fascinating historical characters,
they are,
is they're the basis for in Wing Commander 3, Dr. Severin.
Hello.
The inventor of the T-bomb, who, of course, in Wing Commander 3, you have to rescue him from a Karathi prison camp before he can finish the weapon. That did not happen in real life.
Robert Oppenheimer, always in the U.S. and New Mexico the entire time.
And General Groves is, of course, you wondered why is Paladin a general in Wing Commander 3? It's because he is the game's equivalent of Leslie Groves.
Oh, interesting, huh?
Okay.
You just gotta remember how our slideshows work. There'll be a few bumps.
We're still trying to remember
how everything works. You know what our routines are, who we are.
Yeah, I spent like 2 hours earlier looking for the privateer credits tracker,
Yes.
And to the point that I contacted Trelane, who was at work on Discord. I was like, Trelane, do you remember what file name you called this? And it turns out it was privateer credits. And it was located on my desktop in a folder marked privateer credits.
Which, I mean, to a degree, I sort of get why you may not have thought about it, because you think AWC credits, not like privateer, even though they are, Wing
Commander 3,
Yep.
if you're wondering, is it just a coincidence? It's not. And there's some details in there that are specifically from these characters. The Vagabond, for instance, calls Dr. Severin Sevi. That is a taking forward of Oppenheimer's nickname Oppie. And
that sounds like an IRC thing, huh? You want to be an Oppie? You want to be an Oppie today? 5 people laughed at that across the planet. So...
I was one of them.
I know, because I knew that. I knew you'd be the one to get that, of course.
The reason for the especially strong connection is that Wing Commander 3 was co-written by a guy named Terry Borst, who is a screenwriter in New Mexico. Specifically, he worked at College of Santa Fe and taught screenwriting and later interactive video. And so there's this New Mexico connection that is tied to that history in this segment.
Whoa. I know New Mexico connection, but it's not like that. It's another famous scientist, though. But he cooks something else.
Not that.
That's cross-promotion we got going.
So, Wing Commander has its own version of the Trinity test, where, of course, you get to play it. In Wing Commander 3, where you have to test the T-bomb, and on a supposedly unmanned planet. It turns out there are Karathi there. And we thought that...
it's a small military base, right?
Yeah, a small military base in the Hyperion system.
Yep.
So we thought we would play that mission just to
fulfill
connect
the
with the... so let's switch over to Wing Commander 3 gameplay here.
Ooh.
And you guys will have to let us know about the sound levels on this, because I don't know how to do anything with sound at all in any way.
That's okay. Although I just noticed something else funky, but I don't think it's...
What's that?
I will... Let me see. I'm not sure how I can show you, but I will try.
Oh, you're sticking out under the thing. Okay.
You can see below me. Don't worry about it. Do not...
I won't worry about it for now. When I get back from...
don't futz with that at all right now.
When I get back from here, I will get that fixed.
Do not futz with it. Yes, it's just so... He actually did so you can see the 50 on my shirt for other events that we will talk about very soon. Listen, Ben tells me all the time I'm out of bounds. Sometimes his wife says, Jason, that's out of bounds.
Does she?
No, she doesn't. But you're supposed to not. You're supposed to say yes, and we just run with the joke, and then she's supposed to yell from down the hall at us. Right? Wow, that is weird to see. It's like you can see below the magic. All right, let's get started, Colonel.
We don't have to read it because they can hear this.
I'm aware of that. How's our sound level? I'm glad to see all the. I'm glad to see our regulars are here as well. It's always good to see you guys from across the planet. Or I guess read you guys from across the planet.
An Excalibur's been modified for this special payload.
I love these.
Yeah, these are awesome.
I love these. Like, I wish we had these for everything.
I wish we had the details to see what they actually said in them.
Yeah.
Because you can occasionally, and in fact, this is one of them where you can see that the bomb is the Y-22A-1.
Sound level low, I'm being told.
Okay. Well, you know,
All right,
after this briefing, I'll see if I can...
All right, we will adjust it, but keep us updated, because we suck at this. The sound levels, we are... I also love this.
Oh,
I just love seeing the little, like, the battle group moving together.
Yeah, if you want to betray the original design doc for how jump points work.
Well, hey, if you don't recall... Well, if you don't recall, I believe it's developed during fleet action, the technology in order to have said things occur. Or is that just about the... No, that might just be about the mass of the vessel traveling through a jump point, as opposed to...
I'm just going to do a real quick...
Let's see, that might be... let's split the differences. Right. Yeah, let's see. All right, give us an update when you have a moment. I'll just keep laughing away here. It's also funny I'm like really low. Oh, that's maybe why. I also love this. Walk into the fighter. All right, better.
I love everything about Wing Commander 3.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
yeah, it's great.
I'm not gonna lie. I mean, God, I do love the wireframe. I mean, it's one of my favorite things. You know, I would love to be able to, if we had the technology, I'm sure we do, but we don't. If we had the talent to be able to make those for things like the Battle of Sirius, the Battle of Warsaw.
Well, we've got a lot of the...
I mean, we have the assets, but I don't know if we have... You and I do not have the...
No, you and I do not.
No. Well, we would have... It would be you and I drawing... Yes, Howie, it's great. We've talked about in the past how it's funny, you know, nowadays when that load screen happens, you don't even have time to read all the text because it flies by so quickly, where, right, 20 years ago when we were playing this, you had plenty of time to read that.
For some reason, my missiles are auto-firing into a stuck key or something.
You have you know what it is again? Is it just the trigger? I bet it's that trigger thing again.
You're right.
It must be on this one too. So, well, I mean, you just got IFF, so I mean, whatever.
Yeah, I just don't want to accidentally fire the...
Oh, a Temblor Bomb, yeah. Good. So, slight technical...
I'm fixing the...
Okay, this is a problem we've had in the past that we discovered.
And I think I knew how to fix it before.
I think you just have to make sure it's like the trigger's not enter and space.
Yes. I'm staring at the Dust Buxton thing here.
What is it? Hat D up, axis 3, axis 1. Ah, shit. I don't know which one it is either. 1, 2, 3. Our show is off to a rousing.
Yeah, this is a good one.
That's alright.
And return space. No, that's alright.
I wonder, is the mapping in this, or is the mapping, like, the stick have its own mapping software too?
It doesn't.
It does not.
It does not. Yeah, okay. I'm just gonna let this go for now. If we bone this.
Well, you can't fire the T-bomb without a lock, though.
Yeah, it takes a long time to lock on any of these fighters. So.
Yes. Oh, hello, we got Drowthy for days. What you get? I like the paint scheme. It's just good tips.
Although there's a cool one that is an ace with
yes. He does have a great. Yeah, they do have great paint jobs on that. Yes. Yeah, I get that. And this is my favorite paint scheme. I'm not gonna lie. The Excalibur Mark 1. I love that black and red on the gray. It's just.
And speaking about how I was saying about the mission load time.
Oh yeah.
These missions were double hell because
you had to load twice. Yeah, for this.
Yes.
Yep. And then everybody's favorite not to care about fighter, the jump ship. Which is such a cool little thing to have the atmospheric only fighter in this. It's such a nice change.
Yes, it's a real treasure when you discover new enemy ships later in the game.
Yeah, especially when then they don't show up all the time. You only see them a handful of times as you do what is it, Hyperion.
There's 4 of them.
Yeah, Hyperion, Freya,
Alcor Rescue.
Alcor, yeah, there you go.
Shield Generator, Prisoner Rescue,
Yep.
Test, and Final.
There you go. Okay. Well, you won't. Just
Yeah.
Yeah. The Kepsi. I don't mind that they're not as tough because it's just there's such a distinct look. Where like the asteroid fighter is something that's really cool. It's also a giant pain. Like, damn mine, it loves to drop right when you need it, or right when you don't want it. And then the Sorcat. Yeah, you should do that, Howie. I don't know why you're yelling about it though. Put it in all caps. Yeah. So what is that? Is it Kafraha or Karaha?
What, the asteroid
Yeah,
fighter?
the asteroid fighter.
Yes, K-ha-ha.
Why are you laughing at me, you jerk?
Well, here's a fault line.
For a second, I was like, did the game freeze? And I realized you just stopped yourself.
No, I'm hovering.
Is it? Well, are you really hovering? Or is it some type of anti-graviton system keeping you in position?
There's the bomb.
And there's the bomb. He's not running at all. And here we go. And just like Southern California last week, this is what happened. That's what LA thought happened to them. It was 200 miles away.
Mission objective.
So there we go. That was the Wing Commander equivalent of the. And look, they have an asteroid field that spawns afterwards. That's
That's really cool, right? So you see the debris. Now, do you get a new planet, or do you get a new skybox? Or did you simply remove the planet?
Let's see. I think the idea of.
Yeah.
In fact, I remember being controversial in fan circles when we found out later that Kilraw was still like frozen in space. So I think at this point we didn't imagine that the planets were going to stick around.
Yeah, I think they just give you that asteroid bit and we'll just go.
But in terms of immersion, we do get these changes in the skybox to the point that the planet is no longer.
Yeah, the planet's no longer there. Which then is interesting because then that whole kind of idea travels on both through the later games and then years later on. It's like, I can think of Standoff's mission right after beep, beep, beep. Hey, have we got to that point yet? Oh, we know we got to that point, right? Sirius is yeah. So when Sirius gets nuked, in Standoff, you actually have a mission where you launch and you're staring right at it, where then they have changed the planet to look like hell, just totally nuked, all blood red, and just it looks like a planet in pain.
That one Kilrathi voice, you can just tell is John Ray's There's on a red cloud. Paladin.
Oh, coming in hot!
Need clearance, TCS victory.
Coming in hot! Coming in hot!
I'm hovering again.
I also love how Rollins just took that report and whipped it over his shoulder. He said, yeah, here's Commander. Rollins is really the guy you don't want him running your radio office because he seems to be a bit chatty.
And paranoid.
And not really the best officer. Although, I mean, I'm not gonna lie, in my experience in speaking sometimes with veterans, you sometimes encounter people like that.
So we wanted to come back with something easy like blowing up a planet, and there we go.
No problem, right? No, hey, congratulations.
Everybody comes out for this one.
Great mission.
Oh, hey, great mission. Oh, thank you. Yeah. And look at that sexy photo. God damn that thing.
It's an attractive space fighter.
I do love, and it's just a simple paint scheme.
He loves the paint scheme.
I do. I've loved that since we were kids. Always thought that was fantastic.
Well, you know what? I'm gonna fix your.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on with me.
Fix your wagon now.
I'm so small now.
There you go. It doesn't matter.
Excuse me, my agent said that my head would be the same size as your head.
No heads are the same size as my head. I have an enormous head. No hats fit me.
I'm sorry. I believe in my contract negotiations for the new season, I was told that my head would be the same size as yours and all our promotional material.
So
that's Trinity Test.
It's a Trinity Test. I actually have here.
What do you got?
Dr. Oppenheimer's famous quote about it, the video. But it was
years
later, him looking back on that moment and talking about it. It's like 50 seconds, so I will.
Yes, as I become.
We knew the world would not be the same. Few people laughed. Few people cried. Most people were silent. I remembered the line from the Hindu scripture, the Bhagavad Gita. Vishnu is trying to persuade the prince that he should do his duty, and to impress him takes on his multi-armed form and says, "Now I am become death, the destroyer of worlds." I suppose we all thought that one way or another.
Yeah, and although the actual reminiscences of other scientists is that what he said at the time was it worked, rather than the
then the quote that he then makes a very big deal about attaching later. And one of the cool things is the Trinity Test. There are a bazillion little crazy stories. Oh,
there is an amazing. I think it's one of those reel of time newsreels. They did it. They did it in like 1946, and they wanted to tell Americans about the story of this project, and so they got all the actual scientists back together and recorded a fake version. Oh. And the dialogue isn't, because none of them are actors or remotely actors.
They're nerdy scientists and physicists,
and it's just amazing. It's like. We've done it! The atomic bomb works, and no one will ever have to feel bad about it. Great propaganda.
Yeah. One of my favorite, just quickly, is the one about how the core for the device was literally kept in like a tool. If you've ever seen that the John Lithgow movie from the 80s, The Manhattan Project, and at one point there's a gag where like he has the core in a toolbox. I believe that's inspired by the real events where the guy who had the core stayed in some desert house the night before with, the first atomic bomb core just chilling right beside him, no big deal. And then, of course, it famously almost got stuck.
And a follow-up to Dr. Severin, the last time he appears canonically is in Star Soldier, which takes some of the timeline that was created for Privateer Online, which mentions that he has been... after the first successful test, he is made a captain in the... he made honorary captain in the Space Force, or the Navy, and sent off to head a research institution, which is exactly the same thing as the scientists in the Manhattan Project. At the very start of the project, the Army said, "Oh, you guys all have to be in the Army chain of command." Yep. And Oppenheimer argued, "No, scientists need to be free. We will take commissions after the test." So that, again, is right from reality. Yep. Non-canonically, part of the plan for Privateer 3, Privateer 3 Retribution, it would have had Dr. Severin come back as a character, the Kilrathi kidnap him, and it's a Kilrathi warlord who kidnaps him to help operate a Steltech machine that will recreate Kilra. And his name is spelled wrong everywhere in the script, so
all right then.
And the other interesting thing about Doc here is we don't know who played him. He has no lines. He's an extra. You think of him as being so important because he's in this pivotal scene that looks different from any other scenes, and Vagabond comes in and punches him, but he doesn't say anything. He doesn't do anything. He's purely an extra.
Yeah, it's everybody else who talks about him who fills in the character for you. And
he's in this one shot, and that's it. So.
That's true, yeah, because it's Vagabond describes his time kind of, and it's probably because of the mystery, right? They give you just enough that you want to start filling in the gaps. Yeah. They don't have any intelligence put in there.
So also a weird choice to bring back in Privateer Online.
Yeah.
I wonder if they were going to use the same actor, who we don't know who it is.
I don't know. He's a weird-looking guy.
And here is our other big history event this week, which I think most everybody has figured out because it is everywhere. It is the 50th anniversary of
the Chase of the Constitution, but it's a 279.
I don't have a slideshow for that.
Damn! Your favorite pirate ship is not going to be chased. Yes, it's the landing on... Which we just watched, actually, before the show on From Earth to the Moon.
Yes, if you get HBO, they have finally done an HD transfer of the Tom Hanks From the Earth to the Moon miniseries, and it is more than worth your time. If you have HBO Go, stop watching this show right now. Go enjoy a fantastic miniseries. I mean,
Yes.
there are bits and bobs that stick out as clearly being 1998, but it's very compelling overall.
Yeah, as we were just... Yeah, it's that weird age of these actors where we know them now as their old selves and their young selves, but it's their middle selves that are so weird. It's that weird Tom Hanks era.
Yeah, seeing Bryan Cranston as Buzz Aldrin
Yes. Yeah,
interesting.
Yeah, especially when we discovered it's before Malcolm in the Middle, but right after Seinfeld, so he's in that weird career stage.
Mm-hmm.
That's what he was up to.
So this is... the 20th is the 50th anniversary of the Apollo 11 moon landing. And I think we're 2 days into the flight now.
Yes.
So it takes 4 days to get from the Earth to the moon in an Apollo command capsule. So 50 years ago, these three gentlemen were on their way to the moon.
Halfway?
Neil Armstrong, Buzz Aldrin, and Michael Collins. And you'll see tributes everywhere. It's you can't go outside without being hit with moon stuff.
Yeah, I plan on going downtown tomorrow to see the Air and Space is projecting a Saturn V onto the side of the Washington Monument, and they're doing a little 17-minute movie. We might check out. I'm gonna get you to come. You'll have to, even though it's gonna be hotter than hell.
I am not leaving the house.
I know.
Tomorrow.
I'm gonna listen. I'm gonna.
But take pictures. We'll show them next week.
I will. I will just simply FaceTime you somehow and say, "I'm so hot. I want to die. I hate you."
So we thought moon stuff. Why not talk about the moon in Wing Commander?
We got lots of moons.
We got some moons. Our specific moon, Luna, as they apparently call it in the future.
But Luna's history in Wing Commander is kind of one of getting smacked around a little bit.
Yes, moon stuff is not good stuff in Wing Commander. If you're in the Wing Commander universe and somebody tells you to go be a moon person, don't do it.
And on Earth and Kilraw, moon's not good. Not good.
So first of all, a little background, just the importance of the moon to other Origin games. And I just threw it here because it hit my head as I was doing this. But
okay, the hell is this?
This is Ultima,
where
travel, instead of jump points, you have moon gates, which are controlled by the moon, both our moon and the moon of Britannia, which draw you from place. Anyway, it's Ultima moon gates.
No, not you.
No.
The chat. I'm going to say this, but we're not doing this.
Okay.
Another man named Ben said, song idea. Privateer 2 has a lot of moons. No! No! Stop thinking. Not happening. Hey, it's a Sith Trooper.
It's the new Sith Trooper from Lucasfilm.
How did they do this in the past, though?
I had it ready. Now this is
science.
The second Crusader game, Crusader No Regret, was in fact set on the moon. Although you can't tell from the picture because he's really not on the moon. But
he's like in front of it.
Second Crusader is all about blowing up a moon base.
Interesting.
And of course, I had to throw this guy in here. This is Blair's replacement in Super Wing Commander, Maverick Armstrong, who is of course named after Neil Armstrong, the first man on the moon.
Oh, you still got the blue hair, though.
But now I'm going to tell you the history of the moon in the Wing Commander universe.
Tell me. All right.
So, of course, 1969, man walks on the moon. 1962 or 1970, man walks on the moon again. 1972, man plays golf on the moon.
Hey, New Hampshire man plays golf on the moon. Thank you very much.
So, in the early 22nd century, apparently humanity finally gets its crap together.
Sounds
and
all right.
Starts to colonize the solar system, starting with a station called Luna Station on the moon.
Okay.
By 2162 is when the first permanent settlement on Mars exists, Olympus Station on Mars.
Okay.
But Luna Station on the Moon is one of the bases that has previously been established that supports in that outward colonization of the solar system.
Okay.
So that's all good stuff. Then in the year 2219,
Hey!
the Moon gets very unlucky for the first time.
I'm feeling good. What happens?
The first great pandemic, a terrible, terrible plague, infects the Moon and then Earth. It completely wipes out the population of the Moon. Luna Station is destroyed by this virus. Earth itself is quarantined by the outer planets, which have now become self-sufficient. And we have this century and a half of this strange, uneasy peace where human settlements on the moons of Jupiter and Saturn and so on are taking care of Earth.
Almost like a reverse sci-fi trope.
Yeah. So Earth is desperate. Earth cannot produce its own food, resources, and so on. And the outer planets, which are on the grow and expanding outward, are not happy about the situation, but Earth is reliant on them. So their economy is taking a hit because Earth is an infected plague world where nothing...
And that's an interesting kind of switch on it, because normally it's, Earth needs defenses against evil aliens, so we're going to strip the colonies of everything and make those damn Marsies pay. But in this case, they're helping out.
So then in 2462...
Okay. Good year for wine from Moon.
More bad stuff goes down. So the
crap.
plague, after about a century and a half, the quarantine is lifted, the plague is over, and Earth rebuilds. 2462, a Hopper Drive Pilgrim slow ship, a heavy armed warship, arrives in the orbit of the Moon suddenly, and this is the first anyone on Earth knows about the burgeoning Pilgrim Alliance, which is the first bunch of star systems that were settled outside of the solar system were initially settled by these religious separatists who were out on the outer planets and said, we're out of here.
Gotcha.
And now they have come back and they want to make sure that the population of the solar system does not leave the solar system. So this is an Admiral Perry type, Commodore Perry type situation where they basically...
Yeah, that's a good...
Here's our heavily armed warship that is like nothing you've ever seen before in your orbit of your planet. You sign this treaty. The treaty is called the Treaty of Luna. And what the treaty says is that the area of space 50 light years in all directions from the solar system is the territory of the Pilgrim Alliance, and humans are not to leave the solar system and settle those worlds.
Kind of a weird thing to do to give you a buffer surrounding the place you're trying to contain people.
Yeah, and it ends up coming back to bite them because, and this is not related to the Moon, but it's interesting when you come at our history. The Aquande Drive, where jump drive is eventually developed, which means that humans in the solar system who have been cooped up and wanting to leave can now jump. Now that 50 light years is nothing. You can't settle these 17 planets, but
you can cross right over them.
There are hundreds of thousands of others, and that is what sets up the Pilgrim War that takes place before the Wing Commander movie. So, by the 27th century, when most of Wing Commander takes place, the Moon has become a massive military base. The Concordia-class carriers are being built in orbit of the Moon. There are dry dock shipyards on the surface of the Moon. The transition training for the Wildcat fighters that Admiral Tolwyn is expecting to... Admiral Tolwyn's ordered... He was Ensign Tolwyn then. But
I was going to say, you gave him a big promotion there and made him a crappy little job.
After he graduated in 2634, his first assignment was to report to the Moon for transition training for the Wildcat fighter, which never happens because he goes off and then novel action stations happens. But the Moon is a big military base. Lunar Orbital Base 5 is where he was assigned.
This is kind of something cool, though, is that both the Kilrathi and Confederation do that same thing. They take their moon and they militarize the hell out of them.
And I suspect it's because things like antimatter, you don't want to be working with that on Earth.
Yeah, you don't want that in downtown, say, Chicago.
And I think we first see the Moon in Wing Commander in fleet action in one of the earlier chapters that we talked about at the start of the book club many years ago.
It's not an end run?
No, Enron is totally in the...
Yeah, that's right, because we don't get the Torg. Oh, that's right. I forgot I'm Professor Torg.
So
that was a long time ago.
Yeah, and it's interesting. The description at the time is that the Gallagher's bar, where it's the pilot hangout that's supposed to be the equivalent of the Happy Body Riding Club. Yep. It is described as just off the major military base on the moon. So the moon has been colonized to the point that you come and go from military bases and there's civilian stuff.
Well, sure, you got to have those businesses right outside, just like today they have with military bases.
And then that same year, the moon plays an important role in figuring out that the Karathi peace is not. We've talked about this before. The message from the Battle of Midway. Basically, they send a fake message inside the Confederation where they think they're being spied on, saying that the antimatter production facility on the moon has had an accident and is shut down. And then they listen for the Karathi, who report then that targets 2778A on the moon of Naktara, which is their code name for whatever they're targeting, has gone offline. So we know that is where the Karathi are targeting, is Earth.
Yep.
And then spoiler, put your hands over yours for the next week of book club if you don't want to listen to this. But the Karathi, during their fight to destroy Earth, they don't quite get Earth, but they destroy the shipyards on the moon. They destroy 3 carriers that are in dry docks. The moon gets plastered by their nuclear weapons.
They set us back quite a bit with that one,
which leads us to 2669. The during Wing Commander 3, the rebuilding of the moon is taking place. One of the military bases that is rebuilt is called Moon Base Tycho, which is a major military transfer station. It's where Jason Bodorevsky is when the war news that the war has ended is, and they do the whole kissing a sailor type thing.
That's right. That's false? Is that in false colors?
That's in false colors.
Okay,
yeah.
The flash. It's been a while.
Now, in Wing Commander 4, we learn that, first of all, the space station at the start of Wing Commander 4, which is called Orion, where Admiral Tallman gives you your orders, is located at L5, which is Lagrange point between Earth, the moon. It's the Lagrange point generated by the moon.
No, so you're talking about you said So you said 4. So where the Vesuvius and St. Helens are being built? Okay, just make sure because not the one in 3, which is out by Jupiter.
The 1 in 3 is
right, or is
no, the 3 is Torgo.
Sorry.
The 3 is in the Torgo system, and we can clarify this right now because this is something everybody's always been.
Because that's why I was like, wait a minute, because when you said, I was like, wait a minute, I'm trying to think because I remember there's something being in the background. I couldn't remember what it was.
Yeah. So with Wing Commander 3, everybody thinks, oh, that's Jupiter where the space station is because you see this giant gas giant.
Yeah, you see that reddish orange planet. Yeah,
but it's just a different gas giant. It's the Torgo system.
Gotcha.
And then Wing Commander 4, is the Sol system because
you fly
through it at the start and it gets down there.
And
we also learn more details in the novel, which is where we find out that it's at the Lagrange point which is a stable point between planetary bodies. And what Tallman is doing is they've got a reclamation project for the destroyed facilities on the moon, and they have these mass drivers that are shooting resources from the moon up towards the L point.
Okay.
And that's what's being used to construct the Vesuvius and the St. Helens. So that's moon stuff. The
reduce, reuse, recycle? I don't even know what the hell to say to that one. Okay. I mean, that's not a bad idea. You gotta.
So that's all the moon stuff we know about the moon in the Wing Commander universe, and I just thought it would be fun to run through that.
Yeah, that's good, because the one thing that unfortunately happens to moons in the Wing Commander universe is they do tend to get the crap kicked out of them in almost every situation.
Yes, they do.
I mean, I'm trying to think of where something goes well, and I don't think there's any. I can't think of anything.
I mean, there's some good moons in Privateer too.
We're not.
No, about those
we're not doing that. I'm gonna after the show. I'm gonna beat him to death for this now. No.
All right, let's go through some of the space news. We're not covering everything that was in the past.
We're getting some highlights.
Several weeks, but some highlights, and obviously, one of the highlights is Howard Day's Wing Leader project.
Which he was in the chat earlier. I'm not sure if he's probably still there hanging out.
But he's been creating a Wing Commander update in Unity. And we've talked about it before, but it looks beautiful. It captures the feeling of the original. People say it captures the way you thought the original game was in your head, and that's absolutely true.
Yes.
But here is some of the stuff he has been working on. He's got this fantastic cockpit damage.
Yeah, it's awesome.
He has all sorts of damage states for the cockpits. Oops. And I've got a couple of gifts from him.
Oh, you were I see what you did there. Yeah, you were
separately.
brilliant this time. I see what you did. Excellent. Look at that beautiful.
That is the Ferekan fighter, which is named the Voltar, which is a canonical name for a Ferekan fighter from Star Soldier.
And you know what? I like it. It's got like the wings, but it still looks like a fighter, but has that avian feel.
Yeah,
it's got a definite like the beak in it. That's awesome.
Then here we have the chase cam he's developed.
Yeah.
It's just fun to watch this happen.
It is.
And then here's the damage live in action.
Yeah, and we've all been there.
Yes. So I thought that was super
Howie's doing some great stuff.
Super cool.
And his professional work game just got a release date today.
Yes, Rebel Galaxy Outlaw, which seems to be a love letter to classic space sims, is coming out in August 17. Is that right? 13?
Is it my birthday? Oh, those.
No, it's not. It's not 17 because I would have made the. I feel like it's maybe 13, but
maybe
soon.
the week before. Yeah, that's Arena. What do you got the Arena picture there for?
That is not Arena. That is.
So I couldn't see.
That is Flag Commander, the homeworld model.
Oh, LF5.
Yeah, LIF.
LF5. Sorry, sir. Sorry.
He has added some spectacular new space backgrounds to the.
That's right. Yes,
the mod, and
that's right.
They're looking cool.
Oh, there's Howard now. Where were you? Just missed your segment.
Third up, Mike Winterbauer, the artist behind the.
I keep falling into your frame too. I noticed.
Fine. Artist behind the Wing Commander 1 SNES box art has a new website, winterbauerarts.com. It has information about how he does all this stuff, and I saw that he said on Twitter that he will be offering some Wing Commander stuff for sale in the future, so keep watching that. Next up, Defiance Industries has not one, not three, but 2 Arrow updates for they are the Wing Commander 4 versions, 2 of the 3 Wing Commander 4 versions of the Arrow. This is the Confederation Green. I've caused a problem.
You've I don't know how you just did.
I think
you've jumped slideshow, which is an interesting thing I've never seen you do.
I think we must have updated something that lets me break this in different ways. So that's the Confederation arrow and the Pirate arrow. So hopefully he'll do the.
And is the green one? That's the cloaking one.
No, the cloaking one is the pink one.
Oh, okay, all right.
The other one.
Gotcha. So that was the missing.
And it's just been a fantastic couple of weeks for Wing Commander mods because we also have here the first video from Pedro's Wing Commander 4 update.
Yep.
And it also looks spectacular. And this is the really cool one where he is giving Wing Commander 4 cockpits in a new engine, and he is basing them on the physical cockpit model they had for the Hellcat in the game. And it looks so cool. And we have 2 videos. First, internal. I mean, you can see right here how he's building the assets that you have in the first mission. And here is this is the external camera. What would be the external camera? There. Look at that. I'm all about these. Anything that makes Wing Commander more accessible than everybody else in the world. I can play Wing Commander and still love every minute of it, but it is very hard to convince new people that this is really cool. And these are going to help do that. It's
wonderful. The engrossing feature is hard sometimes. But yeah, these are beautiful.
Speaking of which, Gingerlin has something to sell you.
God. I can't believe I was just a part of that.
Gingerlin Allen, who played Chief Tech Rachel Coriolis in Wing Commander 3 and Prophecy, is selling her Wing Commander Prophecy costume on eBay. The current low bid is $500. You can buy it now for $1,000 if you want. It's gone through one cycle and didn't sell, and it's up again now. And if I had the money, I would absolutely do it. Not so much for the outfit, but check out the hat. It's a canonical Wing Commander hat. That's so cool. And
Okay.
these pictures are great. It's great to see these props up close because you don't see them in the game at all.
Yeah, that's
There's the patch, Unified Space Command. I love that stuff. And there's the sexy one. So,
well, it's really not.
gotta sell it somehow.
Well, you're like 70 years old. I mean, it is the future.
And she was just cast in a movie I saw. So,
was it Jay and Silent Bob's reboot?
no, some kind of horror movie, I think.
Because that would fit with what we saw with the preview.
So that's it for the space news. Basically, while I may have been slacking and being sick, the community's been doing an amazing job.
Yeah, they've been on fire lately. The modding chat guys. I mean, I check in every now and then, and I say that looks amazing, and I read some of their messages, and I'm like, I don't understand what that means, but goddamn, you guys are doing some good stuff. Yeah, they're doing some great stuff there. It's fantastic.
So next up, we've got the part that I know you've all missed so much. Haha! We're back with more Privateer 2 ships. We thought we forgot, but we didn't.
There's no way to forget. There's no way to forget. There's no true end! That's why the Nephilim actually said that, it was really about this damn bit we're doing.
Well, we are today doing what I would say is probably the most famous Privateer 2 ship.
Yeah, it's up there.
The Heretic!
Hello, old friend.
The Heretic is, we'll call it the game's premier medium fighter.
Okay.
But the reason it is so familiar, it is one of the first ships that was designed for the game. It's the ship they put on the box. It's not particularly important in the game itself. We'll see there's a couple appearances of it. But it's very much the emblematic ship of the game. If it's the Dralthian Wing Commander 1 and the, what Wing Commander 2, Rapier, Saber, the Excalibur Wing Commander 3, it's the Heretic in Privateer 2. This is...
I don't know I guess it'd just be the Drakai?
Maybe.
I'm just saying it was on the cover, yeah. Anyways.
So it's the ML02. It is the second in the military-style ship series. And we actually have a bunch to talk about. So... we've talked about the weird designations, and they break down somewhat significantly right here, because this is the ML2B, which is it's called the CIS medium in the game, and you can certainly see the connection.
Yeah, it's different.
Certainly seems like a militarized version of the ML02 Heretic.
Yeah.
The database calls it the Faldari and the Faldari Mark II.
Okay.
It also calls the next one the Faldari, so it's not...
It's all Fardari'd up, is what I'm hearing about.
And instead, the game calls the ML4X, which is in line with other pirates. This is the extra heavy fighter. It calls this the Heretic for some reason. So, that. Here is the actual Heretic in-game version.
Okay.
There's the military medium, which is definitely what's intended to be the military version of the Heretic. And there is the heavy fighter, which we're going to talk a little bit more about when we get to the ML04.
They look like the Banshee's long-lost cousin.
There's the VDU image.
Okay.
And here's one thing that's really cool we can do for the Heretic. You can see right there on the left that these are artwork of the first 4 ships that were designed for the game. There's the Heretic on the left in its earliest form. At this point, it was called the Death's Head Mark II. And, of course, it wasn't for a Wing Commander or a Privateer game at all. It was for a title called The Darkening, which was going to be a totally separate thing on its own. This is the model the team constructed of it to build from, which they called the Luftwaffe. They actually gave this away when they started Foundry 42 to a Star Citizen fan, who's an incredibly lucky Star Citizen fan.
Wow.
But hopefully it's out there being loved somewhere. And if you have it, call us, because...
yeah,
it's funny for that.
It's also interesting how often we see that the traces of the demon shape show up in some of these other things.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, that front end just screams demon, and, well, that one kind of all of it does, almost.
So here is the very first render of it from 1995. This was mid-1995. Back, there was no idea of this being a Privateer game or a Privateer 2 game. And this is one of the first screenshots from The Darkening that was put out into magazines. And I think we didn't see it at the time because we didn't care about whatever The Darkening was.
I know.
So I've been going back lately, and archive.org has these fantastic the ability to search through things, and you can find all these PC gaming articles where they announce the darkening, and there's this very early artwork like this, and it's so cool to find. So I've been having a great time with that. And here it is as it appears on the box. Call this like the cinematic beauty version. Notice that it has those World War II victory stripes on the wing.
D-Day stripes on the side. Yep.
And here are some screenshots from an early build of the game. You can tell it's a... One segment we have to do in the future is comparing Privateer 2 pre-release shots with the release game, because that's very, very different from the final game. Look at that weird radar. Look at the shields.
You can see the bases of it. Yeah, you can see where they've evolved it and things. The missile warning system.
And look how different the ship... It's dead center in front. Look how different it looks. And it has those stripes.
Which stand out. I mean, it's hard to miss those.
This is one of the shots that was everywhere during the pre-release. And again, it's still called the Death's Head Mark II. Yeah. It's interesting. And, compare that to this. This is the final game model. Pretty interesting as far as I'm concerned.
Nice colors, though. It's got a lot of variety compared to some of the other ships we've looked at over the last 10,000 years of our lives.
Yes. In fact, one thing Privateer 2 has in it that is not used by the actual game is the ability to have all these different liveries appear on different ships.
Okay.
It has the ability to change the model to different styles like this, and you can go in and you can force the game to have different colors of ships. It's just not used in the game at all. So we'll have to take a closer look at that sometime too.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
So here's our usual look through. Here it is as it is for sale. You can see it's a fast ship. It has a whole lot of missiles.
Like that.
It's a very good medium fighter. Once you have 100,000 credits, you don't necessarily want a medium fighter.
Yeah.
But as far as medium fighters go, it's very, very good. 100,000 credits is the cost. For the NPC version, it gives it the lowest guns, stream lasers, 4 of them. And here you can see it has 6 missiles, including 3 snipes, a Brute Mark II, a Python, and a Disruptor, which is actually the same as our last military ship loadout. So these ML ships seem to focus heavily on missiles. And then decoys, high-X mines, and signal filter for the components, and then 2 component slots open. 5 component slots, that's fantastic for a ship of this size also.
Yeah, it's a good advantage.
And here is your very favorite part.
Hit me with it, R2C3PO9er.
Well, this is F821-234F.
Oh, that's a real... I remember that immediately.
That's a private vessel licensed to travel anywhere within Confederation non-restricted space.
Okay.
And interestingly, not interestingly, but we don't have much timeline data for the Heretic. The only one that gets a date of the 3 that are in the database is this one, which is a year old. So it may be brand new in the Tri-System in 2790.
Okay.
So that is our first one.
All right.
And here is our second guy. This is M364-645G.
I used to have a car like that.
Private vessel last communicated position at nav point 89, believed lost.
Uh-oh.
And so that's the kind of thing that the database is full of, but there's no actual follow-up in the game. You can go to nav point 89 and you're not going to find that guy.
Oh, you're right. Damn.
Here is T300-241A.
Getting close to a roll. Oh, nice. Getting there.
This one is owned by the CIS, and information is restricted and classified.
Oh, that sounds like the last 2 weeks of my workday. Man, that's all I've encountered as well. Whoa!
We've got 2 pilots who fly Heretics from among the wingmen.
Okay.
This is Alopecia Cook.
Alopecia
Cook.
But he's got a full head of hair.
Maybe it's somewhere else.
Whoa! Getting blue early in the show.
And that the team member who plays him is Dan Blackstone. And his backstory is
No. You say that quote first.
His quote is, "Do you want some? I'm Andy."
That's exactly how he's saying it, I'm sure. Alopecia.
Basically, he's a space redneck. Is the he's
what? You're not going to tell him that?
His background is quote all mouth no trousers. So he's like a space obnoxious guy.
With apparently
the other one is a space redneck. This is Leon J. Spudley.
Whoa!
Team member for this picture is Adam Medhurst.
He looks like he's in a potato suit too.
He does. That's a very British sci-fi outfit. That is exactly the sort of person who would visit Doctor Who or Red Dwarf or something.
A lot of LSD and think that was okay.
And his quote is, "You couldn't hit a cow's backside with a spade." So he's a space redneck, and from Bex, which is the farm planet.
Okay, I was gonna say that's where that comes from.
In fact, I noticed here in the bio it says he as a farmer he drove a Medhurst hover tractor, and we know that he's played by Adam Medhurst.
So he gets his own
there's
tractor.
Some tie-in, yeah.
Oh, hey, well, all right then.
I love those little bits and pieces of continuity.
Yeah.
And last but not, it appears in 6 different missions. Most of these you've heard of before.
Sure.
The Good Old Boys Haulage, where Rocket Ronnie
ambushes
you. One of the ships is a heretic.
Mm-hmm.
The duel with Buried Comrade Velder. Both of Count Paramore's seconds fly heretic. Both of the missions where somebody is double-crossed. There's Finbar Crash at Part B, which is where it's a load of orphans that have been double-crossed. Davies & Co. Armaments and Supplies, where it's a load of nerve weapons that have been double-crossed. In both cases, you have to go and, at the very end, you have to go and track down the wingmen who gave up on the cargo ships, and each time they include 2 heretics.
Okay.
It's in 2 cinematic missions. Lord Mike Vonks is a space hippie, and he wants you to go take out a weapons shipment without killing a passenger transport. And when you get to the nav point, there are 2 heretics that are escorting the passenger transport, and you have to avoid getting them angry. And last but not least, the very first FMV mission in the game, Xavier Shandi 1. There's a heretic that serves as your wingman for the mission. They don't really say anything about it, but it follows you through the mission.
All right.
All right, you wanna? Well, let's go to our.
Well, first we have to.
Well,
we're not there, but
Yeah.
wait.
What?
You forgot an entire bit.
What's the bit?
You gotta take her for a ride first before we sing.
Oh, you're right. I completely forgot to take it for a ride.
Oh my God! For a second, I was like, "Why is he?"
I'm out of it.
Whew,
Okay.
Good thing I was here to take you back.
Yeah, I mean, I did get the save game ready, so we're good there.
Oh, sure. I say, ooh. All right, that's good.
right.
Second, I was like, you're getting a little. You're acting like me trying to get right to that song. No. We gotta take her for a spin first. Gotta take her for a spin.
Look how much he doesn't want to do the song.
Well, I don't mind. This one's only 2 verses. It's that I know it's coming in, a few weeks when we get that 14-minute version, and it's gonna be that long. It's gonna be long.
We're leaving Janus 4.
All right, let's track.
Let's go to Lab 89. That's the one we mentioned. We'll see if we can find that heretic if we make it that far.
All right. Well, last time we didn't do so well. Let's see how you do. I mean, this time though, you're in a decent fighter, so.
They never were.
Was that another heretic too? The military heretic?
I think it was.
I think it was. Well, we're very heavy this evening.
2 jumps.
Nobody's there.
3 jumps. There's the military medium there.
Okay, yeah, there you go.
In fact, at the risk of upsetting our experiment, I can. There's our heretic.
Not bad. I mean, I like that. Blue and yellow's not bad. Not bad.
There is the military one.
Which just really looks like a Banshee descendant of some kind. Or at least
Maybe it is.
Modified version. It's missing that bottom pylon, or whatever you'd like to call it. Bottom leg, I guess.
So there's another 2 jumps. We're at 5 jumps now, I think.
Yeah.
Okay.
You're running through empty territory this evening.
Yeah, it was supposed to be
Sometimes this has happened, though. We've seen this happen before, where you just get a group, and then, here you go.
We got the skulls. I got a shuttle.
All right. The shuttles of doom. Oh, hello.
They killed that.
You must have military.
There's a military destroyer.
Oh, all right. So he's just wrecking everybody. Gotcha. The Chinchilla shuttle.
Yeah, I haven't even turned the guns on yet, have I?
I don't think so. I see you fire them.
Why ever got to turn it on?
I don't know. I see you try to do something, but you're. What the hell have you done this evening?
I don't know. There's something wrong with my weapons.
Apparently, should have given that mechanic extra $5 to make sure he was fixing your fighter.
Apparently, my guns are not going on.
Oh,
That's interesting.
well, sometimes you come back from a few weeks off and you find your desk is out of order. The game captures all off.
Oh.
No, what the?
Whoa.
Lucky. Oh, we're off frame. Oh, thank you.
Okay, you know what? Let's quit. Let's do this again.
Let's start. Yeah, okay. Thank you, producer, for noticing that I was looking at the actual screen and not the one that is literally 3 inches in front of my face.
You know what I totally forgot to do was I forgot I played this one windowed.
Oh.
All right, guys, let's try this again.
All right, so we're back.
Sorry about that confusing bit there.
That's okay. Well, normally you do it. I didn't see you do anything different than you normally did.
Normally I play this in the window, which it's set up for, and I see why I bone this.
Oh, no, normally you full screen it though. Still.
No, I full screen everything except Privateer 2. I don't know why, but
I thought you did. What the hell are you doing?
I was selling my guns and rebuying them. I wondered if my save game editing had done something to disable my guns, so I wanted to make sure that.
All right.
We'll see if they can fire them this time.
Well, thank you, Mr. Gallagher, for earning your pay.
They fire now.
Yeah, now they're highlighted red. Yeah, before they were all grayed out. So, all right, let's try this again.
Okay, this time we've got a test most.
And all the rest of you, well, nice job noticing. Just as bad as me. Literally just right at your face. We've got some people that are very unhappy. Oh, okay! That's sometimes how the Privateer 2 crumbles.
Yeah, let me load it up this so we can show the model.
Yeah, since last time we showed it to ourselves, it looked good.
You did look great last time.
It did. Oy veyos.
There it is. It's a classic, I'll tell you what. Gosh, it would be fun to see the actual cockpit of that and look out. I love how they've got these
but how would you see anything really? It's got a crappy
you're gonna
field
see
of view. Two giant things in your damn way.
Yeah, this is something we discovered in Star Citizen. You have to be very thoughtful about
cockpit location.
How the cockpit works.
Certainly.
Because that's gonna look really weird with those giant booms. But also, I love they look like World War II British fighter cockpits on a lot of the Privateer 2 ships, especially the military ones.
Yeah, you get those rollback ones on the segmented ones. You got some friends out there.
Yeah.
Look at those guys just ripping away, ripping off.
So, any questions from the audience?
At the moment, no. No, they are very much.
But we like the moon because it's close to us.
Yeah, no, they're thinking of the Privateer 2 moon.
Oh,
that's a lot of moons. We're not that. We're awful singers, so we really don't want that.
Oh no, I am a star.
Oh, yes, you are.
Okay, there's look. This is a good one if they don't kill us quickly.
What we got here? We got.
Here is the military medium.
Okay, yeah.
And here is another military medium. Another military medium.
Medium.
It was a. Oh, I see. I've got to change what I'm targeting. Do I?
Yep.
There's an extra heavy out here too. The one that their database calls. There it is.
There you go. Looks like a hatchet blade almost.
And that's nope. We got blown up. That one looks like a taco.
That looks like a turd.
Well, I guess we have different taste in tacos.
Yeah, the tacos I eat don't look like that. I think that looks maybe a burrito.
Oh no, that extra heavy is still there, and it just wiped out a.
All right.
That's the one that Slade Carver flies in his mission. The extra heavy. Kind of want to get to level nav 89 and see if we can find that lost heretic.
Well, we do so. Okay. So, Gregos has a question. He says the series becomes gradually darker. Was it intentional? And if so, why? Which I'm not sure if that's really intentional as much as that's how media was moving in that.
Yeah, I think so. I think it's more
like very light.
The overall art direction of everything. Wing Commander's big differences that jump to the full motion video. I guess we could say it's absolutely not intentional in the case of Privateer.
This is more like a different cultural influence from the British.
Yeah, I mean, this is his accidency of video games. It's part of the Wing Commander universe by fiat rather than intention. So it's not such an intentional go from point A to point B. But you certainly did. Look, I just wiped the floor with that pirate shuttle real fast.
How funny from our first days when it's like run.
So, not an intentional jump. No intentional line from Privateer 1 to Privateer 2. But
you don't say. I never heard that on the internet.
Media in general. I mean, compare like a Star Trek: The Next Generation to, which was something that was been airing when Wing Commander 1 came out, to stuff like Babylon 5 and Deep Space Nine, which would have been when the FMB games came out. So there's a general move towards this little more gray area, visually darker. There we go.
Well, that's pretty dark, dude. Jeez.
But a good question for sure.
Yeah, because you do, I think, it does seem like kind of a general... Although Privateer 2 makes it seem, I think, maybe a bit more extreme just because of it's so drastically different.
And it's literally called The Darkening.
Yeah, that's true, too, yes.
Alright, you ready to sing?
Let me pull her up. Hold on.
Man doesn't have his script. Oh, Privateer 2's got a lot of spaceships.
Privateer 2's got a lot of spaceships.
Privateer 2's got a lot of spaceships. Early in the morning. Nimble dresses fly for everybody.
Nimble dresses fly for everybody.
Nimble dresses fly for everybody. Early in the morning. Heretics right there on the box, boys.
Heretics right there on the box, boys. Heretics right there on the box, boys.
Early in the morning. Next week, we're going to be looking at the ML03 Faldari.
Hey, Faldari!
Which is...
It's Michael Corleone's fighter, huh?
Take the gun, leave the Faldari.
That's right. Take the
No, not that. The opposite of that.
Yes, that's right. Leave the gun, take the Faldari. That's right.
So and the Faldari is great because it's. Well, wait a minute. We have to activate our thing. Nope. There it is. And look, we're like over the hump. We can feel the wave cresting. There's only 6 of them left.
I can see land, I think, ahead of us as we're over.
I think we'll finish. I mean, our last one may be the CIC birthday. So
snap!
We can, if Chris Green comes here, Chris has been coming and talking here. Yeah, we'll have Joe Garrity. We'll have everybody sing the whole song together.
Yeah, you mean you and I will be like, Privateer 2's got to. And we'll let them do it first.
We'll stock some booze.
That's right.
It's a very wet stream.
Whoa. Don't ever use that phrase again about us ever. All right? No. Funny in the moment, not in the future.
So let me ask you, do you want to jump right to Privateer, or do you want to do Cargo Bay next?
Ooh. Oh, we probably should Cargo Bay it. We should separate a bit, because otherwise, we get a little bit in there. Okay. And Chris Rita said, I'll sing the song.
Nice.
There we go.
We'll get you some Blue Moon.
That's right.
That's the beer Chris Reed's like.
And then we'll pound some Jaeger shots and we'll be ready to go. That's what I do.
Here's the bay. I don't know why it's.
Hold on. You didn't pick anything up, did you?
No, our video seems to be stuck. But
you float aimlessly through the void. Your packages never arrive. Wow,
I feel like your video is weird. There we go. There we go.
I was very kind of off. I might be because this is also way over too, and I didn't fix it that much, but maybe that will help a little bit.
It's amazing how little that does.
Yeah, I know. When I moved we discovered that.
Move the camera a foot, and there's no impact.
And we've done that before. And we always get angry, but then we forget.
So we have a whole bunch of treasures this week that I will now share with everybody.
Ooh, what we got?
First up, we have a CD, but not just any CD. This CD. So obviously you're all fans of the rock group Cobalt 60.
Whoa, rock group?
The techno-industrial sludge group.
Yeah, Keenan, explain what this is.
This is for Wing Commander Prophecy. Obviously, the Wing Commander games always had like classic space opera style scores. First by the Fat Man and Company, and then by George Olzier. And then, after Chris Roberts left, and Electronic Arts started digging in their talons, we're just as creative as him. We're gonna tell you how to do this from a marketing standpoint. And of course, they looked at Command and Conquer, which had this techno soundtrack that was huge at the time. I am a mechanical. I am a mechanical. I am a mechanical. All that stuff. And they said, well, Westwood is making so much money doing this. That should be Wing Commander too. Wing Commander should be cool and hip for the kiddos. Let's get some real music in there. And as a result, they hired a group called Cobalt 60, which was a side project of Front 242, the industrial group. And the two guys came to Austin. They spent quite a while creating a soundtrack for the game. Okay. And it was all done using old computer hardware. All the music in all the music in Cobalt 60 is done using computer hardware. And at some point, cooler heads prevailed on the Electronic Arts side, where they said, "Hey, wait a minute. This doesn't fit the IP at all." No. And the music for Cobalt 60 that was going to really get you gaming was relegated to the
credits.
To they played over the credits, and it played in the Sim Pod. If you play a Sim Pod mission of some, maybe it's supposed to be diegetic at that point. But there was an entire Monsters Beast started by marketing that it was not possible to stop as a result of all this. So while the music kind of got swept under the proverbial music rug, the folks at Cobalt 60's record label had a whole campaign planned. There was a soundtrack that came out that was we could spend hours talking about that, and we will sometime. But it actually only had like 2 tracks from the game, and most of it was music inspired by Wing Commander and music taken from other albums artists we put out. It's not the and it's beloved in certain sectors. Not Wing Commander fans,
not Gemini or Soul or Kilra or Danube.
It is among industrial fans considered to be a pretty good industrial CD. There was this swath of CDs like that in the 90s, stuff like the Batman Forever soundtrack, and there were all these soundtracks that had just a bunch of things that people who like that kind of music are into.
Sure.
So anyway, that exists. And they also put out music from it in all sorts of ways. I have like 27 different CDs that have music from Wing Commander Prophecy because Cobalt 60's record label put them out as promotions and other things.
Okay.
Sometime we'll go through them and show them all, and we'll play the music. But
we can rave out with some glow sticks.
But this is the best one. And I saw one on eBay for cheap, so I grabbed it. We even give this away if anybody out there.
I think I did get one of those for a CIC birthday a long time ago. Or at least one like it, because I remember that CD art itself.
So yeah, you can see on this side, it's got the Kraken Planet Killer. And look at this weird CD. What's going on there?
I like how you showed that side first to hide.
First of all, and this is not the record, the album. I didn't even say what this was yet. I'm an idiot. This is a promotional EP, which is 3 different mixes of the Wing Commander Prophecy soundtrack.
Okay.
And then one other track from it. And this was intended for dance clubs in Germany. So DJs and things got this to promote the Wing Commander album. And it has 2 tracks that are not available anywhere else, the Electro mix and the BTK mix of the Wing Commander Prophecy theme song, which I don't know if you guys remember that, but next time we'll run it through YouTube first to see if it causes copyright issues, but it's Prophecy.
It's the one that plays over the credits,
right? We'll have to show, there's a music video. I'll have to show the music video next time.
I think if I was in a club in that era and suddenly that came on, I don't know what I would do.
I would have been the happiest boy in the world.
That was probably the drugs you were on talking. Because you'd be like, wait a minute, what is going on?
The only drug I need is the terminal mix of the Prophecies. But anyway, let me show them this amazing CD, because that is the coolest CD I've ever seen in my entire life, and I've lived a long time.
I can't see where it is on my monitor.
There you go, you got it.
Prophecy.
The CD art itself, the CD is clear.
And this isn't just the only CD that has this, right?
Yeah.
No, is the big soundtrack one have this similar art on it, though?
No, it's got Vampire on it.
Okay, that's what I'm thinking of then. Gotcha.
And it's red instead of blue.
Tells you how often I
Producer, write down next time we're going to go through the Cobalt 60 catalog. But
You said this more than once, I think, that phrase, and I think we've managed to keep it away from you.
So it's a clear CD.
Yes.
So it's an illusion because you can see the center has the silver stuff because it's only 4 tracks.
Yep.
But it is, for whatever reason, the Lamprey Shield Killer is the ship on it. Possibly the most obscure Nephilim ship at the time. And it's so cool. I love it. And you would think, an exclusive promo for German DJs? This has to be insanely rare. It's not. These show up on eBay constantly for like $3. You can go to Discogs and there are folks selling them because there's a whole group that is a fandom of this kind of music that loves it, and yeah.
All right.
Let's see.
Product number
Next, we have something that was sent to me by a forum member who was trying to find a good home for it.
Yes, I saw these on the chat zone.
Yeah, these are a pair of patches. The first is one I think most fans are probably familiar with, which is the Privateer 2 Chirichian Pirate Clan patch.
And we've shown it up because you have this on a hat.
Yeah, I have it on a hat.
Yep.
This came with the deluxe edition of Privateer 2, both the original deluxe edition and then the unsold stock got included with the Windows 95 deluxe edition the next year. And look, what's there on the front? What's that ship?
I think it's a heretic.
It's a heretic.
I was trying to think of something funny to sing, but it just didn't happen.
And it's not clear what this patch means because there's only one. There's not one for each pirate clan. There's not one for each ship. There's just this one thing that says Chirichian Pirate Clan. Skill level Privateer, and it has a picture of a heretic. So, I love it. And then the second patch is quite a bit more special and a rarer bird for sure. Share that.
I can't. The microphone's in my way, so I can't always tell exactly where I am.
That is a Wing Commander 3 development team patch. Starting with Wing Commander 3, every time they developed a Wing Commander game at Origin, they would do another cloth patch because the team members would be, when the game was finished, the team members would be given a leather bomber jacket, and you would sew your patch onto it. So this is something that was created just for the Wing Commander 3 team.
Just like Maverick.
It was distributed at Origin in the
it's very nice.
The Wing Commander 3 special editions. There was you've seen the cardboard box with the film canister and everything.
Yeah, the one right behind you?
Yeah, there's one over there.
It's right behind you.
And there's an even more limited version that is the internal version, and it had the team shirt instead of the really ugly shirt, and that patch was always tucked in.
Shall not be named.
And for a while anyway, folks at Origin who had kept them would sell them on eBay. So there was this secondary market of people selling Premier Editions that happen to have that patch in it. So there's a bunch out there. It's not impossible to find. A Wing 4 or a Prophecy much harder to find, but it's really cool. And that's another one that I have. So if anybody wants to give it a good home, I'm happy to swap it for something. Let me know. I'd be happy to share other stuff on here. Next, I have 2 items that are from our old friend Wyborg. Who he was recently moving and he had to sell off some of his collectibles. There may still be some on eBay. I promised him at the time we would plug them, but then we got sick for 3 weeks. First up, this is a quickie. This is a German budget copy of Wing Commander 1 on CD.
Soft surprise. How to show that side first.
It's just a little jewel case Wing Commander 1.
Just a little one.
Little guy.
It's a little nothing, you know.
I see these on eBay occasionally, and I finally...
Oops, sorry.
Finally took the plunge.
This one matches your shirt.
Yeah.
Oh, camo.
Everything was good with my shirt.
Oh, hey.
But then the really exciting thing, which surely was a pain to ship from Germany, is this.
Oh, hello, my friends.
This is a Squadron Commander HOTAS, but unlike...
Whoa, easy on the language.
Unlike the beautiful Thrustmaster HOTASs we've seen, this is the opposite end. This is the cheapo. I don't know if you remember the quick shot joystick, but it was that one joystick everybody had in 1994 with the huge handle and the big red button on top.
Yep. So
this is that company's version of a discount HOTAS.
Jesus.
And the reason that it's interesting and relevant to my collection, because I specifically promised my wife that I will not buy stuff that is not Wing Commander specific.
Okay.
If you look at the side, you'll see that
Which one? Which side?
one of the small sides.
Well, duh.
Not that one, but the other one.
Thank you, smart ass.
You see, it has a list of games it supports with profiles. One of them is, of course, Wing Commander.
Oh, down at the bottom.
So-
So I'm trying to look right around the.
So it's programmed to support Wing Commander games.
All right. And what else we got on here? That's interesting from that era. Aces over Europe. Dark Forces. Okay. Strike Eagle 3. What the hell is that? Comanche. Interesting. TIE Fighter, Wing Commander, Warplanes, Airdo, Dawn Patrol, Falcon 3, Renegade, Tornado, Wing Commander 3, X-Wing. They just call Armada? Those jerks. Descent, Flight Sim, Strike Commander, U.S. Navy Fighters, and Wings of Glory.
I love looking at these because it's a fun thing to collect because most of these fancy sticks just support high space flight sims, and then you find a couple that have Wing Commander listed.
Well, I'm sorry. This has sold 42 million joysticks worldwide.
Yeah, because they broke after like 4 hours. And you go to the store and like, do I want to spend $200 on one of these Thrustmasters, or should I spend another $8 on a quick shot? And when you're 14, you spend the $8.
And this is also the ones that had this, and this is something you don't see on the Thrustmasters because they're built much more sturdy, is that this is one that has one of the old locking systems. So you could actually, you'd have to, on the front here, which I'm going to try to see if I can get it without the glare, but on each one, there's those lock, right? So you'd flip that down, and it would essentially suction cup it to your desk so that it wouldn't rip off and go flying. And those things usually fail within a week. That's just about. And I think a week is being nice. I don't want to be too mean, but I think that's about right, because I had one stick like that, but it wasn't one of those. I believe it was a Max stick, but I forget what it was. Maybe it was a Gravis, but I don't think so. Ooh.
So next up, something I'm working on for a future AWC segment. I'm going to go ahead and show you. Nice.
Yeah, you like that?
Yeah.
It took me a second to remember it. I had to think about it there.
So
what do you have for me?
This is a Game Genie, which game console fans from back in the day will remember as it's the Super Nintendo cheating tool. They had it for the Genesis, the original Nintendo, and the Game Boy also. But basically, this is you plug your SNES cartridge into the top, and then you plug this into the console.
Is it not?
And it essentially lets you hex edit the game. Yes. It has an interface that'll start up when you start the console, and you put in a series of, quote, codes. And what those codes are doing is they are similar to how our producers figured out how to get the credits out of Privateer. The people who would come up with the codes would say, okay, this area of active memory determines your shields or your number of power-ups or whatever. So you would have different codes you could put in to cheat at these games. And, of course, the big thing that's used for popular games like Mario and Zelda and Metroid and so on.
Double Dragon. Those things we try to power through.
And as with anything, my rule is it has to relate to Wing Commander, or I don't add it to the collection. So
what we got?
I have been working on. Here's the box for it.
That funky little thing.
Yeah, somebody has put this in a specific. They like.
Oh, that's not
box.
This is some other end, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. I'll say that's not what it came. That's not what it shipped in.
No, this is just.
Oh, really?
The person I bought it from for like $20. They've got like all the review clippings from magazines in here. This was somebody who was fastidious about their.
What the funk?
About their Game Genie.
Yeah, that's weird. Because where the hell do you find like this box? That's like a weird craft store thing.
Yeah, this is somebody who really loved this thing, so I felt happy about
from
bringing it into the collection.
One love to another.
Yeah, I like preserving stuff that folks cared about. It always seems sad when
you shut your mouth. I've never noticed that. What are you looking for?
I was looking for this right here.
All right. Where's the top one? You jerks.
You can send that away.
Sure.
So
I'll just give them the quick. Look at this. This was
it's a big box.
Yeah, this is like a no joke like thing here that this person had done. I mean,
so when you got your Game Genie, these were not done in partnership with the game companies at all.
Wishes.
And the Game Genie people would have to figure out what codes would be for what games. And when you bought it, it would come with a manual like this, which is your code book. And you can see it has a list of games that have different codes. Which at this point, this is the 1992 version of the manual. It does not include Wing Commander. But stuff like F-Zero, Final Fantasy, Gradius.
Let's just get right to the point. Where's Mike Tyson? Let's just get to Knockout, right?
And
Damn you, Soda Popinski.
So one of that's original NES, I think.
Oh, yeah, you're right.
So part of it,
Damn.
to make this thing remain current, you could then subscribe for a couple dollars to a special magazine you would get in the mail. And that magazine looked, for the first year anyway, it looked like this. In fact, you can see it even has mailer still on it. And they would have one of these every quarter with between 20 and 30 new sets of game codes. And in the first year, Volume 1, Number 2, Wing Commander.
Okay.
And then Volume 2, Number 3, The Secret Missions. And the codes for Wing Commander are utterly useless.
What? You don't think that 7ABC-3713 to increase your front shield on the Hornet's not useful?
Yeah, it's not useful.
What do you mean?
Like,
I want to do that mid-game because I want my shields back up.
Actually, the Secret Missions one is better. It gives you got infinite fuel, infinite power, starting different missions. But the SNES ones, it's shields and armor for the Hornet and Scimitar. All they managed to find.
Yeah. Well, you don't even get armor for oh no, it splits them up stupidly. You get I'm sorry, it's armor, shields, mega shields.
And keep in mind, you can only do 6 codes at a time.
And let's remember to pick and mix your codes. That's what it says right here. Let me just show this wonderful black. This is like where they clearly got the names from Privateer 2 from these codes, because look at those jumps. Look at those jumps.
Well, it's all because it's connected to their system. It's basically a fake.
Sure.
It's a hex editor.
You can even do it for Game Boy. They have it right here. They have a Game Boy one.
So they also, over the years, would occasionally issue update booklets that were not ones you subscribed to. Wayne's World, yeah.
I don't remember a
Excellent.
Wayne's. Yeah, party on.
So here is, for instance, this was update E2B that also includes Wing Commander. And so I'm trying to find the different code books that include the Wing Commander code, because I'm a giant nerd.
I just want to specify that for Wayne's World, the codes, you can add yourself worthiness points. We're not worthy!
You're having too much fun with the Game Genie.
Infinite worthiness? We're loading that baby right up.
So I'm actually still looking for at least one, which is E2C, that also has Wing Commander. And I keep watching eBay, so there's one more I have to add, and we'll get that someday. I also have the 1993 version of the book that came with it, which you can see is thicker, and this one has the Wing Commander codes built in. So.
Oh.
Yeah.
And that's an interesting thing that they just, I mean, I guess because they don't have enough memory to keep them here, but yeah, and some of these codes are kind of, I mean, some of them are, just like 8 characters, and then some of them are a bit ridiculous in that they are 8, 16, 24, 32, 40. Some of these, I mean, I don't know what the hell game this is. This is for, Madden. But it has some codes that are 40 characters long to enter. And it's for such things as player 2 starts with 20 points. Like, really? Get out of here. All right, Genie, back in the bottle.
So at one of the time, I think when I bought that E2B, it was from some website that I had to get like $7 shipping.
Oh, jeez.
So
What'd you get?
I got 2 issues of Nintendo Power.
Oh, Power!
In fact, I noticed this as I was opening it up. Here is.
Oh no!
Here is Wayne's World right on the back.
We're not worthy.
If we send in this card, we can win a party in our basement.
Shut up.
Okay. The second prize, a Wayne's World videotape and a Super NES pack. Oh, Wayne and Garth are going to come party with us.
In the Zocalo?
I guess so.
Dude, that'd be awesome. Imagine that. We could have drinks running along the monorail, shots down from one end. Oh, that'd be awesome.
So the reason I took this one is because it's got the Wing Commander review for the Super Nintendo version, which has this beautiful...
Yeah, some cool art.
Beautiful artwork of Ventures, which is not in the game, flying around the...
Let me use the big screen here. Look at that, huh? That is very nice.
It's cool. This was back when magazines had an art budget and somebody could.
Yep. I wasn't like I used to get Nintendo Power. I didn't have 99% of the games in there, but I remember just loving. And I've never played it to this day, which Michael's about to get really mad at me. Like Maniac Mansion. Mm-hmm. I used to love reading the Nintendo Powers about it. Have never played it in my entire life, which is kind of weird.
And so for the second Nintendo Power, I got the one that has a Nestor's Adventure comic strip that's Wing Commander.
Get some cool stuff in here to show off.
Yeah, I've got tactics and stuff straight from the comic.
got?
But there we have the gag comic that ran in every issue, but it's Wing Commander.
All right, well.
Yeah, show the.
Well, I know, but I want to make sure.
Oh, there's like a centerfold.
I know. I'm just trying to make sure it doesn't flap out. I can't. Sorry.
And look, it's the ship designs, kind of. So there's a Hornet and a Rapier.
But I was going to say,
in there.
So what's a nice kid like you doing shooting fur balls? That's you.
That's
your line.
Oh, I can't actually see that at all.
Just
killing time till I become Emperor of the known universe.
I'll show you some basic moves, kid. Like the good luck on that.
Like the high G twister noodleizer.
Where'd you learn that?
I think that what we should do for this one is scan it and then narrate it so they can see.
But I studied a plate of
means absolutely
spaghetti.
Nothing to anyone.
It's all about. In the end, the joke is about pasta. It's about pasta, and
It is a joke about pasta.
they're prisoners of the Kilrathi eating pasta because apparently the Kilrathi like. I'm not known cats to really know like pasta though. That's kind of.
Are you familiar with Garfield?
Oh,
he loves lasagna.
That's true. But yeah, lasagna is also.
And the early '90s was the height of his love for lasagna. I think
that's true. Yeah, that's true.
Now it has too many carbs.
Oh, Garfield.
Here's a weird one. This is an actual product that's manufactured today for game modelers. This is a Kilrathi font decal pack. These are available in...
Oh, Jesus. I was like, dude, you handed me a piece of cardboard?
Look, because it's white on a blue background.
Yeah, this is going to be very hard to see. I'm going to put it way too close just so you can see some of them. I know it's ridiculous, but...
I will have to pick up a black one so it shows better. But it is a decal pack that someone has done the Kilrathi alphabet.
And it's got some glare.
If you're doing, like, Warhammer-style things and you want a Kilrathi force, there you go.
Mm-hmm. That's hard to see, guys. Sorry.
I picked up this for something stupid. An extra copy of the Wing Commander 3 Authorized Combat Guide.
What are we going to do it?
So what I have found out is that the guy who wrote this, Blaine Pardo, he's now a famous novelist or famous-ish novelist. He does like crime books.
Good wait.
He has a thing on his website where he will sign books if you mail them to him with postage. So I'm going to put this in the mail, get an autograph on the Wing Commander 3 Authorized Combat Guide, and we'll show that off here.
Let's make sure we take off the $3.99 price. Let's take off let's take off that.
I didn't pay $3.99.
I know. Yeah. Well, if you did, we'd be having a talk off air about how you're spending money on worthless things right now.
Oh, that's my life.
I know. I've had to talk you out of a few things, then you still do it anyways.
Oh,
all right.
We'll get that ginger outfit someday.
Oh no!
So next up, we have a
stack of
whole flipping stack of Computer Game Strategy Plus magazine.
Okay.
Those are all extra. You can send them over there somewhere.
Okay. Let me see. We have Railroad Tycoon, Commandos. Anything good in here?
No, those are all extra. Those are the ones that we got to get to the other one that I'm going to show you.
I'm just going to go. You can keep going. I'm just going to go through slowly, just in case there's something that piques the interest.
So this is a really sad one.
Nothing.
This is what you might call the high water mark of the Wing Commander franchise.
Oh, no.
Which was May 1998.
Yep.
Issue of Computer Game Strategy Plus. The official, much heralded, giant announcement of...
Myth 2 Soul Blighter.
Privateer 3.
I love that game.
And how excited were we? Oh, there's a prophecy.
Yeah, look at that on the back.
There's a prophecy ad on the back.
Prophecy ad on the back. Look at that. It's got it's just a bookend of Wing Commander right there.
So this particular magazine was so exciting, and it told us everything we wanted to hear. There's an interview in here where it's about it's going to be a sequel to the original Privateer, and it's going to have all these familiar ships, and it's going to use a prophecy engine, and it's even got like a chart that shows the guns that it's going to have, and it's all the famous Wing Commander. Here it is.
Yep.
Look, it's got all the famous Wing Commander guns.
You want me to?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
There's the actual pages there.
Yep.
Start. So this was so much potential. We were so excited at the time. Everybody went out to buy this, and in fact, the reason I don't have a copy already is because I went to the store. I bought my copy. I took it to high school, my high school at the time, and I cut it apart to scan. And there's been low resolution scans online ever since that have been those ones that I did. So now we have and they were with a hand scanner instead of a flatbed. So now we have the actual magazine. We'll do new scans of the article in high res, and it's just a shame because a matter of weeks after this hit stands, Electronic Arts killed it. Their explanation was that they wanted Origin to focus on online titles because Ultima Online had been such a success, and Westwood was going to do the single player stuff now, and it was a tragedy and remains a tragedy.
This really was. And let's get some of these.
Yeah, the franchise never came back from that. Yeah,
even if you survived, which now looking back,
yeah. So very sad, but interesting history.
Yeah, these were some weird days. Because we were still in high school at that point in time.
Yeah, I would have been
we were
junior,
juniors.
I think. Yeah.
Yeah, we were juniors, and we were all. That's still
it
down.
It was exciting, and then it was heartbreaking.
Yeah, because that was still the Down Nut days, and yep, that's right.
Well,
CNC Soul Survivor, stupid stuff like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
With that, let's play a little bit of Privateer.
But yeah, our spirits are low now. Let's bring them back up.
Yeah,
here.
so we figured that what we would do today is, and you guys will have to let us know about the sound levels and such, because they're always a pain.
Yes, and we're at an hour and 3/4, so not bad. That's pretty. That's about where it's. That's actually closer to your guess than I would have ever given you credit for. I'm impressed.
Yeah, so the antibiotics just wiped me out, so I'm running on Ben fumes.
Yes.
But we figured we'd play some Privateer, just ways to wait the night a little bit. There we go.
There we go. Okay. Privateering the night away.
So I think that our goal right now is to get.
We've done Talia.
We've done Talia. We want to earn some money to get.
Yeah, we gotta get some
Galaxy.
cash. Yeah, we gotta get some cash because we want to switch ships in the middle of the plot here for a bit. Yes.
So, and one of the great things about Privateer is you can take a break from the plot and.
Yes.
Who is paying $3,700 to take out pirates in the Pentonville system? But sure, why not?
Yeah, why not? Until there's like 17 else around you, right?
Survey Nav 2 for Kilrathi in the Pentonville. No.
Yeah, you're not ready for that.
Trouble with Kilrathi? No.
Yeah.
Siva in the Reichel system. Searcher system. I don't. We'll just take this one for the pirates, and let's get out of this pirate base for now. So yeah, we figured we just have a nice
cruise to Gemini.
A nice relaxing night. We answer questions if anybody has any out there.
Yeah, this is the deep dive time. We're gonna Ben's gonna work on building up some cash for us. So and just so we know, we're at 128,189 credits. So we got a good chunk of change, but our goal is we want to for the next part of our playthroughs is work our way through into a galaxy, take it for a spin. So we fly every single ship in this playthrough before we end on the Centurion.
Honestly, I miss my double missile launcher, so I would be happy to.
It'll be nice to get back in the galaxy a little bit, and then to have that nice, beautiful cockpit that the galaxy has, a little bit more viewing space.
I actually like this cross cockpit.
You like that weird?
It's like I'm a Boba Fett.
It's very. It does. It gives you a bit of you get tunnel vision almost from it.
I've always wanted to if I build my own cockpit, which someday, if I were just less lazy,
I will do it for an extremely large amount of money.
I didn't see
you want to build a cockpit for me?
Got it?
It's been a while since I've done some carpentry, but I think we can do it after a few attempts. Just like Howard Hughes in the aircraft. Fine, we'll figure it out.
Yeah.
Although I will say, the Orion is a ship that really, I get you get what they're trying to do with it, but the way they handicap it takes it a few clicks back of where, because it's supposed to be this super heavily armed mercenary ship,
and it's not heavily. And the weird thing is, its internal title is gunship, and it is not a gunship by any means.
Yeah, you have one turret, you have 2 gun points, and you have 1 missile launcher. In anything, it's a damage sponge.
It's more of a turtle, yeah.
Yeah, it can take a good beating, but it's you can see, because it really. I think I'd be happier with it if it added a 3rd gun. You don't need 4, but if it gave you 3 guns, the mean, the problem is they do need something with a dual missile launcher.
To humanity,
Or they need one with a single one. And the thing is, you can't give a Tarsus just one, because then it's just a death trap. You know? It's an absolute death trap.
I don't know if this is a reflection of his dream, but what I've very stupidly done is hit mute sometimes, which is actually quite a killer. And
without being able to hear this. Because I was going to say, you just got your ass kicked in terms of shields there, and I was wondering what was going on.
Yeah, I
hit
didn't
mute
mute on my little thing.
Because I didn't, I normally don't like to comment on exactly what you're doing, because I feel like you get more into a groove when we just kind of talk around about it. But yeah, I did notice that your shields were extremely low. But yeah, and we've talked about this every single time we've played in the Orion, is that it's on the cusp of becoming what it should be, but in order for them to create limitations, to have variety, I guess they cripple it. I mean, I want to say it. They cripple it.
No, I agree.
Yeah, I mean, at least with 3 guns, you have that extra bit of power to make up for the missing missile launcher.
You're
But,
clear for click.
yeah. I mean, I would have to wager a guess. It's probably the least flown ship in the game. In terms of, both players and then even NPCs.
It reminds me a bit of the Vindicator from Wing Commander 4. What has happened?
What did we
the
just
game
do?
Crash? We had a crash!
Oh my goodness.
Oh.
We jumped straight out of the system.
Oh.
That's been a while since we had one of those.
Yeah, that's
been a very
back
long
in the
time.
day sort of a thing.
Yeah, no, we've had one of those, I think.
Yeah, we did have one at one
but
point.
not, yeah. Well,
Dang,
you gotta shake off the rust sometimes, you gotta make, sometimes you gotta throttle up those engines all the way to make sure the injectors still work.
I'm sure there may have been like a Windows update that just breaks Privateer for some reason.
Oh, good God, there's one. I've restarted my computer every day, and it tells me you need to restart your machine for this stupid update, and I'm like, I just turned it on, you jerk.
We could ship some iron to New Detroit, I bet.
You know what? You could do iron and then load up with some drugs. Because you're going to New Detroit anyways.
Yeah?
Those, and the drugs also...
Patrol of... I can't not do this mission.
Oh, Jesus, yes. Yeah, you can't, yeah. Fly to where you're going. Yeah.
Let's see... No.
Yeah, so I would load up with drugs.
Yes.
Because you're going over there anyways.
Do I have anything in my car? Okay, nothing to sell. So we don't need porno.
No.
Tobacco, brilliance.
Yeah, I'd go load them all.
Okay.
Right. And then see if you get some ultimate or tobacco.
Nope.
Tobacco still gets you good.
Tobacco? Okay.
Yep. Yeah, all those sell the highest on New Detroit. Mm-hmm.
We're in such a good position now.
Yes.
Save that first.
Mm-hmm.
Hopefully we will not crash suddenly. I'm not going to hit the mute again.
Yeah, well, we were talking a lot of smack about it, so I mean, it could be just angry at us.
Yeah, I can see that.
But yeah, this is the, I'm going to guess that most people, they buy this ship, are excited about the description of it, and then realize that it doesn't match that. And probably very quickly try to get out of it. I mean, I don't think I have not spent a lot of time in Orion, I know, in my playthroughs, unless it was when I was a kid in the 90s. I don't think I've ever used it. If I've used it, it's been very little. I do enjoy the Galaxy and the Centurion.
Yeah, and I remember defending the Orion back in the day, but I am a Centurion man now.
I mean, you can see why it has the potential to be something really cool. It's just that they try to limit it in such a way so that they don't all just become these giant just destroyers of everything ships. I mean, because when you get the Centurion, I mean, the game becomes significantly easier when you've got 4 guns and you can ripple fire missiles like it's your job.
Yeah.
I mean, you do lose, if you like to be cargo stuff, sure, I mean, you can be a light smuggler, but...
maybe a bad smuggler.
Yeah, and, we'll try to be good smugglers, though. We'll be good. I mean, you are carrying about 12,000 credits of drugs, so...
Oh, you're right, you're not going to run into combat, aren't I?
Yeah, but you can run
Prepare
them.
to be searched.
Yeah, prepare to be searched
Maintain
there.
speed and course.
Okay, so we want to go to XXN and then New Detroit, okay.
Yep.
Now, the good news is that I can
Contraband
essentially
detected.
outrun
Close
anybody
and
with this
terminate.
thing.
Yeah, that's the one good thing. You did do that to yourself.
Can you beg them clear?
I don't think. Not with drugs, I don't think.
You're right, you can't. But it's also not a permanent stain on your record. Oh wait, look, I did it.
Oh, wow. Well, that guy must have been weak-willed, that's all. He just didn't have the... He was the guy, you know, that you can give you slip him a 5. Give Jimmy a 5 and he'll let you right pass through. Just make sure you can fit inside the
Oh good, broadswords.
Oh, excellent. At least you know they can't. Well, hey, they're not gonna kill. As long as it's not stilettos, right? Stilettos are really the only thing you gotta worry about.
Your file, pirate.
Nothing else can chase you that much. Yep. Oh man, now I'm thinking about those the time.
Oh, there's a paradigm too.
Oh, that.
Ooh,
full
I was
show.
like, did you hear that armor hit as I was?
No, I can't hear anything from here
God.
yet. Yeah, now I'm just like thinking about it. Like May '98. That's definitely still the down net days. And I don't think we actually realized though at the time that we were passing through that. Right? Because
No, it did. We did. You know,
was
it's
Secret Ops still coming out in May '98?
Yeah, I mean, you didn't know that it was the end yet.
Yeah. It was happening around us, but we didn't. Yeah, because at that point we were all still going crazy. The Secret Ops was still in its episodic release. Because, right, when did it finish? That summer?
Yeah, sounds right.
Yeah, it feels right to me for some reason. Like, I feel like it started around
cargo before you blow, will ya?
Yeah, I don't do what he does either, Michael. I just dab and burn away. He's a chatty Cathy, so who knows? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we did not, I don't think we really noticed it until... Well, I don't know, because at that point, because like the next major life event for us, we all went off to college. So I think that was more...
No, there was still a feeling that Wing Commander would continue.
Yeah, even when we were in college, yeah.
I mean, the movie was in development. There was still this sense that things were going to be great.
Yeah, because projects died all the time in that era. You just figured, oh, well, they'll just transfer into something else.
It was a very bizarre situation at the time because it was unusual to have a giant PR announcement of a game, give a magazine an exclusive, and I'm sure the people at Computer Game Strategy Plus were pissed. But it was a very odd decision for Electronic Arts to make. Well, the first of many very poor decisions that Electronic Arts would be making. That period.
Because that's when all of the things we grew up with and nurtured and loved would all start to die. And some of them would be reborn years later, but not always. I mean, this is like when we talked about Command & Conquer the other day in Discord, and there's,
now entering an automatic
you move further and further away from those originals, it just...
Yeah. I mean, although speaking of old franchises, just before this, we saw the Top Gun...
That's right, we watched the Top Gun trailer.
Top Gun 2 trailer, which...
is interesting.
Yes, indeed.
It is. We're curious as to what fake enemy nation we're gonna fight. I'll flow out your drugs.
Yeah, that sounds
like you're looking around. You're like,
okay.
There you go, baby. Oh, jeez! You doubled your problem because I think you bought that for 40.
Yeah, it was a good run.
Although, wait a minute, it only gave you. What did you buy else? Oh, there it goes. It didn't update yet. Because I was looking at.
You're looking at
I was like,
right.
and I was like, whoa, wait a minute. It only give you like 1,000. Yeah, you just made 18,000 credits almost on that run.
Don't need. I will repair that in space.
You just repaired it there, though.
No, I didn't.
Are you sure? Oh, okay. I thought you did.
I switched to buy. No, I don't want to spend $3,000 repairing my
when you run jets. Yeah, no, you can do that in space.
Oh, geez, I didn't even fire a missile. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, this was the weird Westwood era where they kept trying to have CNC do stuff that just made Soul Survivor was so silly.
Electronic Arts was obsessed with Westwood. They had just bought the company.
Yeah.
And they were down on Origin. The big creatives at Origin were leaving. Chris Roberts, Tony Zurovic. They had no confidence in Ultima. And they thought they spent so much money on CNC. They thought it was such a big deal. And they were basically giving those guys whatever they wanted, which unfortunately at the time was all the money for single-player games.
Yeah.
And then the next year, all the money for something called Earth and Beyond, which they chose over Privateer Online. 1 year later.
Yeah, because I remember Soul Survivor, that tried to be because that was Westwood Online. that was that era where Westwood had its own online service for playing Command & Conquer over the web, but then that was also the era of things like MPlayer and 10 and all the other networks that you could log, either pay services. Like I was a 10 subscriber back in the day, so I'd play like Duke Nukem and Red Alert. It didn't allow you to play the original CNC until Gold.
There's Beto's Food Corp, Privateer.
Or
Strict Commander Rare
sorry,
Farms.
Beto's Food Corp probably is not worth anything anymore. I don't think anybody cares about Beto.
True that.
True, that is right. Yeah, it's weird nostalgia days when you think about that stuff. Because we were all still riding high off the last few years that we had, been through.
Yeah, we had no idea.
We
What was coming?
No, we were 17-year-olds who thought we were friends with the company and knew it. We had all these cool things, and then we got dropped. But then we also all went off to college. I mean, I know I fell out for a bit during my early college years. I think I came back junior year.
That next year, I lost my eyesight. I was already blind in my left eye, and it really seemed like I was not going to recover after I had 15 or 16 surgeries on my right eye. And it just, the thing that got me through was caring about the bits of Wing Commander stuff that were still coming out in late '99, specifically, and this is sad because it's not a good book, but Pilgrim Stars. I remember being all alone in this hotel room, totally unable to move, because I had moved to Austin for college, and literally the first day I was there, my retina detached, and I had it detached badly. It was like an 18-hour surgery. I came out of it, and I had to stay at this hotel with my parents for weeks. I couldn't move, or my eye was swollen up to like 4 times its size because of how much time had been spent working on it. It was hell, and you basically put a bubble of gas in your eye, and you have to be face down for months until their retina is reattached properly. And so the thing that got me through was being so excited about the next Wing Commander movie novel. And that sounds so stupid, but
at the time,
it was what kept me going. And I remember it. I remember it finally came out, and by that point I had managed to get back home to Maryland. I couldn't see through the gas bubble, but you could kind of see like a character at a time.
Okay.
And I got the book initially, and my brother was like, "I'll read it to you." But my brother's such a good guy. And
wait, which one?
Silas. They're both good guys.
Dr. Burroughs.
Dr. Burroughs, yeah. But after like the first chapter, I was like, "Well, this is such a bad book. I can't keep doing this because you have no respect for me as a person afterwards."
I'm glad you only let him get through the first chapter and then realize immediately that, that book leaves. I mean, don't you want to go into the blue light?
So what I ended up doing was I would have to lay face down for like 18 hours a day, and I would just be like this all the time. And I could position the gas bubble in such a way that I could see right through the middle. Okay. And see like 2 letters at a time. Oof. And I read that book like that.
Well, at least that's a slower way to disappointment. It took a while to fully get there.
Even in a terrible book, I find so much.
Yeah, you can
for myself. Names of ships, and here's this idea and this quote and this. It's. Oh, jeez. What the hell have you done? I accepted a mission to stop somebody who's been hurting military forces.
And it's a Centurion.
That's a Centurion.
Oh, well, this should be interesting to say the least. Yeah, that book is not so good. I remember being excited by it as well, and then reading it and being like, oh my god, does this guy know the world he's writing about? Because it doesn't seem that way. That's when he first introduces the blue light.
Yeah. It's not good.
Oh, it's a hunter ship.
It's a hunter ship. Yeah. It's not good stuff.
Yeah. And then the third book. At least in the third book, he resolves everything by just making them all disappear.
I fought for so many years to get that third book released, and I'm star. I'm proud of myself.
Yeah, no, you should be. I mean, it's glad that that's how we resolve that, by them all simply disappearing into the blue light. Of course, caused, we'll say by the Steltech, right?
Yeah, we'll do this stuff in book club someday, but I don't know. I love terrible things also.
Listen, if we're gonna do those in book club, we're not doing 2 chapters a week. We're powered through that son of a bitch
we
in
do
like
like
2
4.
weeks. Yeah. We gotta power through that SOP, because that's for those of you who have gone
Although
through.
honestly, I mean, it can be good to ask what happened.
I guess so, but I feel like we'd be all so super critical about the dumb parts that it'd be hard.
And it's kind of interesting. I kind of knew that there would be dumb parts at the time because.
But did you know that dumb?
No, I didn't know how he was going to take that and why.
Yeah.
But
he took it all right.
He did Space of Them Beyond, the novelizations, and the first one, which is an adaptation of the script. It's wonderful. He is amazing at taking a script and turning it into a book that seems compelling. But then he did the second. Well, he did his own follow-up story. It was almost the same deal. You do the adaptation, you do some original stories, and the second one starts off with the crew, the 5/8, surfboarding into action, and in a battle. And
even for what the regular series has happened in it, that is a bridge too far.
Yeah, it was.
I mean, for Space Above Beyond, how it has a lot of ridiculous stuff to begin with, that is pretty out of bounds.
Yeah, it's just the same thing. He does not capture the tone as well as he should. Although stuff like he did the Descent books. You know what? Let's see what we've got in terms of what is our Centurion worth. I'm just curious.
You mean Orion?
Yeah, I mean, I wonder how. Let's do the old
trick.
Sound effects trip. Oops. Checking out the Galaxy class merchant ship. Good choice.
Thanks, Mr. Gray.
She's not as flashy as some ships, but she sure is practical.
That's true.
You got a roomy cockpit, loads of cargo space, and you can add top and bottom turrets if you feel you need more firepower. Did I mention she's a fast ship as merchant vessels go? No, listen. If you can't afford a drayman, and who the hell can these days? You'll find the Galaxy fills all your shipping needs, and it's a steal at only $150,000. We can give you 75,000 credits for your old ship, plus 220,950 for your add-on modules. You'll have 301,000 credits left in the bank to let you ship.
I think somebody's getting Galaxy today.
Can I just buy it?
With 300?
Yeah, we can outfit it.
Yeah, we can do that.
No, that's automatic thing. Your finance waiting to pay for you. Thanks for your business and good shipping.
Yeah, because you'll get decent guns. Right?
Yeah.
Yeah, Sebastian. The Heart of the Tiger novel mostly follows the game along with it. Yeah, it solidifies the FMV choices in terms of failing Loconda, the Flint and Rachel choice, things like that. All right, so what are you going for? You gonna do tax?
Tax.
Oh, and that's the sweet, sweet sound of dual missile launches. And you gotta love how they're too up there by the engine nacelle.
Yeah.
And you've got you've already got your full radar, so that's a nice expense. It doesn't force you to redo.
So
you can go all the way.
Yeah, I mean,
you got plenty, man. Yep. You've done that before.
Got the tungsten.
Yep.
We already have a jump drive, right? Yeah. Transfer the jump drive. We need the repair droid.
Yep.
ECM.
Cargo.
Gosh, we still need a shield. Shield.
Yeah, you need shield. Did you? But you didn't. Yeah, I would go.
Should we go for 3 or?
Yeah.
Let's go 3.
Do it. Yeah.
Okay.
And you got 60K left.
60K left.
I mean,
just buy some turrets.
I'd buy 1. I mean, do you need? I want to get 2. Not yet, at least. I don't think. I mean, because what are you gonna do with them?
Show them off.
You don't even see them though. I mean, I would just get one just to have a tractor beam.
Yeah, good point. A top turret and tractor beam.
I think, yeah. I mean, you can put like lasers on it or something.
Nah, I don't need guns in the turret.
Yeah, you're right. You're probably right. Right.
I mean, why not just buy the other turret though? We've pretty much maxed out the ship already.
I guess, but what the hell? You leave it empty?
Yeah.
Put like 1 laser on it at least then.
All right, I'll get some lasers for the turrets.
Yeah, put like 1 on each. We don't need to fully load her out, but yeah, you got to put something there at least, or lasers or mass drivers or.
Yeah,
There you go. Right.
There.
Yeah. Right.
Okay.
All right. So we've made our move to our next player ship. That's right.
All right. Let's take a mission for our new galaxy.
Yeah. Let's
work on saving up for us in turn. Or should we do the next part of the plot?
We can.
All right.
Where do you get to go next?
Oxford. Don't we have to go to Oxford?
That's right. Yeah. Oh yeah. Oxford. That's not bad now with this ship. See if you get. Let's see if you get lucky. You got either check the Merchant's Guild too. See if you get something that'll take us over there. You know. Yep.
None there. Let's start the mercenaries. Kilrathi activity in the Niter system. New Detroit base.
Jefferson Confederal.
Jefferson Confederal.
What an interesting.
Nav point patrol.
Oh, that's a biggins.
Taurus mining. Nav 4. Undetermined hostiles. Crab 12. No, let's check. Check the merchants. Just texting me. I want to make sure. Nope, it was a thing. Let's see.
Damn. Close. No. Oh Jesus.
No.
Oh jeez. Oh my God. Really? You might just have to, dude.
You want me to go to Padre system?
Well, there's 3 right there, right?
Okay.
So that's, hold on, 11,000 there.
That's Magdalene.
That's another 10.
Another Magdalene.
Dude, that's
okay.
That's like 33,000 credits just to go to Padre.
Right, Padre and the Mag.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, you could do that's.
We're going to the Magdalene system.
Hey, who's your daddy? Padre is.
Right.
Look at that. Look at that.
Big boy.
Look at all those engines. Hello.
Why is he...
Oh, because you didn't turn sound back on.
Oh, you're right. I'm doing music.
No contraband detected. You may proceed.
Now look at this, right? So, and finally, hey, look, there, I got a seat again. Look how nice my seat is, huh?
Yeah, you got a great view.
Yeah, great view. Look at that. You got a nice little, and you got just a peek out the back,
Both
which I love.
turrets, yeah.
Yep.
Oh yeah, you actually got a back view. Cool.
Nice little view, right?
Cool stuff.
Yep.
Okay, so where is the Magdalene system?
Up near Perry, or no?
Padre. Okay,
Padre.
so we're going back to XXN and then 119 CE and.
Excuse me. I love it. I love how I have to look at that little the radar dish or the satellite dish at the bottom. I always just picture that thing like sending out burst signals, right? Blasting out to people, letting them know what's going on. It was a great ship. It's also our ship, actually. It's the official ship of
Yeah, it is.
That's
That's
right.
our video.
And that is.
I guess this is the cockpit we should make.
Yeah, that's true. Although it's kind of also the largest cockpit.
But that's good because I've got multiple computers.
Yep.
I have a space for you, a space for me.
That's right. Yep. Yeah.
Hey, luckily I've
Plenty
not
of cargo in the back to hang out for the party room.
burned too many bridges with the hunters yet.
Yeah, I think you're all right.
You can see I don't have the incredible engine power I did last time, which is kind of a shame. But
You're still pretty quick.
Yeah, I can just dump down my engines a level and then.
You're finished, flyboy. You're clear for clicks.
Whew.
You're clear for clicks. Looking sharp,
That
mate.
150 credits for the missiles that would cost. Right? It's very.
Saving that missile money.
Right, that's how you get. That's how rich people get rich. My understanding is you don't spend a lot. Right? Making our way through Jen, and now it takes everything we got.
Catch you on the next run.
So we're saying what's it?
Pirates.
A bunch of pirate losers.
die by the very
Oh, speaking of losers. Speaking of losers.
Yeah, it always struck me that, we're supposed to have such a problem with the Pilgrims being in the Commander movie. No one complained that this added crazy religious weirdos.
Although they just kicked your ass.
Yes, they did.
I don't know what he just hit you with.
there,
Yeah.
but-
I don't know if he rammed you or what, because that was not, that couldn't have been all gunfire. You lost 3 sides of your shields at once.
Yeah, that was weird.
So either he was like right on top of you, which I didn't. Oh, shiitake mushroom.
Damage to my,
Yeah, if I were you, I'd maybe just try running.
He's running now.
He is running, but you got missiles.
I do have missiles.
Tell that SOB, send him back to the godly doors. Haha! You SOB. Look at you just pissing money away. 4 MREX on 1
I did
talent.
not want to lose this
Oh,
run, I tell
man,
you
yeah,
what.
I got you. No, I wouldn't either. Yeah, no, I
Oh,
wouldn't.
jeez.
Oh, Jesus. I would. Yeah, it's a pirate. All right, he's happy.
Catch you
He's
on the
happy.
next run.
His friend's not. Yeah, this is a run you got. This is a very.
Catch you on the next
You
run.
only got 29K in the bank.
Well, I'm gonna idle here for a moment.
Yep, let it take care of business. Let it take care of business.
Reply to a text message from my sister. She asked if I went anything from Comic-Con. Am I the only lesbian not at Comic-Con?
Are you? Is Dr. Burrows and...
They're both there.
Are they together?
I think so.
I'd hope
They're
so.
both working separate jobs, though.
Oh, they're both at work, too?
Yeah, they're both there for work.
Oh, that kind of... That's good and kind of sucks. Interesting. Tell her you've already gotten everything you need from Comic-Con from your other sibling. The one who was faster on asking.
No, I've got good siblings. Both of whom are in the entertainment business. Dr. Burrows, he does movie news, and
He does
sister works in
scientific,
publishing,
scientific exploration of complex theories involving movies. Yes. And Sister did many of our artwork.
yeah. In fact, I was going to ask her if she would. I have an idea for an update to the look of the show, and
If it involves
If she has
face
some
app,
time.
it means we're all going to give our information to the Russians.
my information must already be owned by so many people at this point.
Well, listen, they're going to say Ben Lesnick, Wing Commander. Well, what more do you need to know?
Yeah.
Like, what really? Like, is there any other way in? No, you just give him Wing Commander and you'll get him. You get all his bank accounts. It's real easy.
No, I will admit, I have
What in the hell is happening?
Because my drive is damaged, so it's.
What the hell is going? We just got this thing. It doesn't even. You've already ruined the new ship smell. Now it just smells like burnt wires.
Oh, okay. So these guys are mission generated. They
Boy,
They're pissed
buddy.
at you.
they won't back down.
Oh, they stand at the gates of hell and they won't be a little Tom Petty inspired.
Oh, I thought that was a Delenn.
No. Oh. Which speech are you thinking of? Which Delen's? What is that?
Any speech.
Oh, yeah. No, I was not thinking of, you're in front of me there. He's
Okay,
behind-
let's watch
he's
those
behind me.
credits.
Cha-cha-ching, 61,000.
Nice.
Nice, very nice. Very, very nice.
Okay, now we want to head to Oxford. Let's see if there's anything
Yeah,
Oxford.
this is the whole purpose of this thing. It's probably gonna send you some crap little, like...
Midgard, attack against Magdalene. No. Magdalene base, patrol 1 nav point.
8,600.
Well, that's going to happen automatic. That's going to be one of those automatic ones.
Yeah, that's gonna happen.
And since it's a patrol, I don't actually have to fight them. Okay. Bounty hunter needed for termination of a pirate in the Padre system. No. Caffrelli limited. No. We'll have to do one of those sometime.
Yeah, when we're in a better equipped ship,
Yeah.
certainly.
Oxford want
Hold on.
games, liquor, or movies. Are
Oh,
options.
let me check.
I'm gonna
Games,
head-
liquor, and movies, is that what you got?
Yeah.
Okay. What were games selling?
Games are selling for 23.
Nothing is worth it.
Nothing's worth it? All right.
No, literally, it gives you they're all bottom. So games are 20. Liquor is 50 to 55, which is literally the exact same. And then movies were junk too. It was 20. Yeah, so literally, pleasure to agricultural is not profitable in any single way.
Darn.
Yeah.
The farmers are too down home good folk.
Yeah, well, I think.
How big it is!
Whoa, easy there.
That's what she
Nobody
said,
likes
yeah.
a braggart. Nobody likes a braggart.
Let me know if you hit trouble in my quad.
We're just gonna kind of cruise through the Padre. Who's your daddy? The Padre system.
Anybody out there in live tonight? Any questions? Chat?
No, they were nope. They've been a little quiet since Sebastian mentioned he was reading Hot, the novelization,
Right.
which
And
we'll get to very soon.
yeah, we're going to be doing the Heart of the Tiger book club starting very soon. We have next week is going to be our last Fleet Action.
Yep.
And then we're going to start Heart of the Tiger. We're going to read the book and play the game at the same time.
Dun dun dun.
So, it's
Dun,
going
dun,
to be
dun.
Heart of the Tiger, don't you blow up a planet.
Yes, we'll have a multimedia interactive extravaganza. That sounds very 90s.
We're hopefully going to check out the 3DO version alongside it. It's going to be neat stuff.
Yep.
As the kids these days say.
Yep. Who knows? Maybe for the birthday stream, we can take a bunch of shots and try to do the drunk mission for celebratory reasons, which will probably go horribly, horribly bad. But that's the best part of it.
Swoosh.
What would happen if we suddenly jumped to another game that would be all thrown off? Suddenly, you're in King's Quest.
Do the King's Quest.
Well, as we were talking yesterday, listen, I think those games
You're
are
finished, Flyboy.
more fun to remember than play again.
Oh, no question.
Because it's really not, you're not playing a game, you're really going through a checklist. It's like landing on the moon!
Not looking for trouble, Ace.
Set 3 special gifts to give.
You're clear for clicks.
And I mean, you enjoy those moments as you go back through them, but I've tried it, and then I'm just like, this is not as fun as I remember.
Yeah, I mean, for Sierra for me, and I loved Sierra growing up.
Oh,
And
same.
I still enjoy going back to them, but it's not some like gaming challenge.
No.
But I will say that for me, it's the whole era. It's old Interaction magazines. It's the vision of the company you have in your head, because they did even better than Origin. They were the ones that sold you not just on that the games were cool, but that the people making them were cool, and you had this whole fantasy in your head of Roberta Williams and Ken Williams and Al Lowe and everybody. The 2 guys from Andromeda, 3 guys, however many guys there ended up being.
No, 2 guys from Andromeda. Yep.
And it just seemed like the most exciting thing in the world. You wanted to be part of that.
Yes.
And nobody did that like...
yeah, no, they did. They were very good, especially, and as a Mac gamer at that time, I remember just, because there's certain Sierra titles that have never been released for Mac. Like King's Quest 4, The Perils of Rosilla, has never, I don't think, even to this day, I mean, you can probably emulate it, but you can never, so I had never played through that one, and I think I've only played a little bit of it since then. Which is probably something, actually, I really feel like that would be a fun stream, because that's more like, it's a sprint of how fast you can go through all the little checkpoints as opposed to like the fun of exploring.
My brother Clyde, he was a huge King's Quest fan, and when King's Quest 4 came out, he was so excited about it. And
Prepare to be searched.
he had to have
Maintain
surgery. I think it was
speed and
tonsil
course.
surgery or something.
No
some normal
contraband
kitty
detected.
surgery.
You may
And
proceed.
my grandmother was like, "Well, if you're brave, if you're brave, I'll get you that game you've been looking for." And he was so excited. I mean, he just
Please tell me she got him
Now
mixed up.
entering an automatic landing zone.
Even worse, arguably.
Wait, whoa! What could be worse in the Sierra catalog?
It was not even. She didn't get a Sierra game.
Okay.
She found a game called The Manhole.
Oh. Whoa! I guess it's late enough in the show you can talk about this.
Well, it was the precursor to Myst. It was a guy who did Myst. They previously did a game called Manhole, which was an entirely hypercard-based game.
Oh,
where
Jesus.
the entire thing was just clicking on things and seeing what happened.
Yeah, I remember
and
those
it was
games.
dire. And he's a good guy. He tried to make it. Oh, this is great, thank you. And then we loaded up. My dad had an IBM PS2 Model 70, which, because of the stupid microchannel architecture, you couldn't get a sound card. But for whatever reason, this game assumed that you had a sound card, and there were parts like you were supposed to click on a walrus and you would hear it talk. And I remember the first time we played it clicks on this cartoon walrus, and it shows a close-up, and the sound card just goes...
Jesus. So you guys are... I unfortunately have inherited a trait where I cannot filter myself if I get a gift I think is stupid. Which I feel, I've actually as I've become an adult, I've said, Grandma, I'm sorry that I was such an a-hole that time about that book you got me. And she's like,
but access to the Oxford Library files is restricted to students.
Well, actually, Michael, in your my dad, we had all the early Sierra games, so King's Quest 1, Space Quest 1, and all those things.
Okay, we've missed something because
what's up?
He did not...
Excuse me, where do you think you're going?
I have some personal research.
There must be something between Talia and here.
I'm sorry, sir, but access to the Oxford Library...
Look, couldn't I just buy a library card?
I'm afraid not. Good day to you.
Because,
Oh, you know what? It's not Talia, is it? It's, is it Lynch?
Yeah, we did, it might be Roman Lynch now. Yes.
Where is he? Is he Constantinople?
Yes. No, he is... Yes, he's in Constantinople.
All right.
So yeah, we. I thought. Yeah, I was not even thinking. For some reason, I thought Roman came afterwards.
I thought so too. So
after you had the entire artifact.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we were hovering right around him, but yeah.
Well, let's see if there's any missions here we could take that'll be on the way to New Const.
Yeah.
Get up there.
So it's funny, and it's funny too. Thinking back at Sierra games, that's what also because a lot of how the game design in those there's clearly points where there are Rubicons, or once you pass them you can't go back into the game. And I can remember so in Space Quest 1, right when you're near the end, you're in the Sarian outfit and then you trip and lose your helmet. And there was a hot rumor going around my school that there was a certain way to not lose your helmet, which probably a group of my school was very small. I graduated with 128 kids in 8th grade, but there was maybe, 8 or 9 people that knew, had a decent idea about this, and one kid who, now looking back, was very clearly just an exaggerated liar, said that, there's a way to do this, you can do it like this, and that. That's I had a friend like that in high school who said that about Command & Conquer Red Alert as well.
I remember going to one of my friends' birthdays, and they had a game console, and they were playing Mortal Kombat, and they were certain that if you played through the game on hard 99 times without taking a hit, then Sonya was gonna dance around naked.
There you go.
And even then, I knew that was not gonna be a thing. But
yeah, we didn't get that extreme. It was just I remember I tried over and over and over again to get that goddamn helmet not to fall off. But guess what? That son of a bitch, it always falls off. Ain't no way around it.
It's very elegant proof of a truism about games and game development is that people do not understand how a game works.
Yes.
In your mind, there's this tiny little world, and if I can just find the little way around it, of course I can carry the helmet. I can do that in real life, so of course I can do it in a video game.
Why would I trip over like an idiot over nothing?
Just watch out for that, and it won't happen.
No contraband detected. You may proceed.
Nope.
Now what's going on there?
And that also says something, too, about the world Sierra created, and that you were so driven to try to get that damn result, even if it seemed entirely impossible. I'm trying to think of, other ones now, but I definitely remember the goddamn helmet, But then there's some of those games where then the game design is just... It's borderline cruel. It almost violates the 8th Amendment. It's cruel and unusual. The gnome's name.
And I've never actually run a Larbo 2, but I love the game because it is so atmospheric and it's so you're there. But I've never successfully figured out the murder, and I don't know. I have no clue.
Yep. Yeah, that's like those weird ones. Like one, I wouldn't mind going back and kind of just futzing around in a bit. Like Manhunt.
Oh, look at that. That is something I've never noticed before. Look at the location name: New Constantinople Government Base.
Oh,
that's some Ben bait.
I don't think I've ever noticed that.
No, that's.
I think I just read right by that. Yeah.
New Constantinople Government Base.
So now we'll have to look what Perry and everything else says.
Yeah, we do.
Should
we just do that now?
No, you gotta talk to him at least.
Talk to him. Yeah, let's make sure he's there.
At the bar.
Boned something terrible.
Yep.
There he is.
Captain.
Hello.
I've been expecting you. I am Roman Lynch.
Mr. Lynch,
Yeah, I
as
would
you
like
know,
to do
what
Manhunt.
we have to discuss
I'd never
is
played the first
confidential.
one.
Oh, you
I don't think it came out from
freely around my
Manhunt
assistant
2 San
Meg.
Francisco.
He is exceedingly
It's that weird,
loyal.
like, monks
Okay.
and
As
robe
Taylor
and orb
probably
thing.
told you, I need information on an artifact. What it
I don't
is,
know if I had the
its
space for
history,
some remake.
and
It's a
most
much
of all,
later.
its value.
Of course. I have examined the holo your associate Taylor provided me. I believe I could shed some light on this mystery, given the right motivation.
I'm not Michael Corleone.
For example, there is a certain
But I
pilot
know
who has
someone who
caused me
is.
much
Ah,
personal embarrassment.
We're in
Could
agreement
you
with someone who
take
is.
care of it for me, Captain?
Yes.
You must
I'm
be
trying to think
joking.
too, like,
I'm
I
no
don't know if all the
assassin.
police quests
You
came
want I
out
should take you
on
outside the
Mac as
airlock and
well.
teach him how to suck vacuum?
Gentlemen, please let us remain professional. I only want you to find the man and deliver a personal message for me.
It was just
Simply
King's
tell him
Quest
how
4.
profoundly displeased
Such a weird
and
thing.
disappointed I am with him. Do this, and I will pay you 10,000 credits as well as investigate the artifact of yours. Agreed.
Alright, I'll play your mission.
Okay. What's this pilot's name?
You'll find Captain Selig in the Pentonville system. His ship is the Hooded Hawk. See that he gets my message.
And what
There's
about
good
the
lore
artifact?
there, the Hooded Hawk.
Naturally, I'll need to borrow it so my experts can appraise it.
Naturally, you'll excuse me while I laugh. Now that we've had our fun, will a hologram do?
It will not. The analysis will take longer and be less thorough.
But I'm sure you'll do your best for someone you owe a favor.
Very well.
I'm just going through
This
now
is my
trying to
place.
see.
Come here when you're done for your pay.
Trusting. This can't be right. There's something funky with this. This is not listing these right. Because his Police Quest 2, The Vengeance, was 100% on Mac. And this listed not being there. This also says King's Quest 4 was on Apple II.
Maintain speed and course
not
for
Macintosh.
contraband search.
God, that crossover where the Apple II was still running games that it really seems like it should not. That was a weird era.
Yeah, this is September 1988 that KQ4 came out, which I feel like is really pushing the edge of that envelope. But then, this doesn't make any sense because it says Police Quest 2: The Vengeance was not on Mac when that's clearly not true. I've played it on a Mac. So I don't really understand that. I mean, this is Wiki, so who the hell knows, but still.
Okay, we're gonna head to XX7.
No contraband
Because
detected.
there's
You may
Manhunter
proceed.
2, Manhunter 1. See, it says Apple II GS. Right? Interesting. Yeah, I don't think this is accurate. This isn't saying like those things I'm talking about there to me. Yep. Yeah, those are. Yeah. Again, it's just one of those things where it's like you feel like it's gonna be fun and you start playing it and you're like, yeah, this was not as fun.
It's hard to go back, but you know,
Well,
there's a lot of games like Dune 2, the game that invented the RTS. It's just so hard to go, and the art style is still.
No contraband
Art direction is amazing compared to even CNC, but you can't go back to it because you can't select multiple units and.
Yeah, and well, that's the thing with the Open RA engine, the Open Red Alert, where they've done Dune 2000 and they've tried to make some of those quality of life improvements in that fan mod.
But even then, like the jump from Dune 2 to Dune 2000, Dune 2 is wonderful. It brings you into this world. Dune 2 is just dull. It's CNC assets reused, so it changing the art direction has a massive effect on these old games. Wing Commander 1. Wing Commander 1 is an indisputed classic, one of the greatest games of all time, but it is not for its mechanics alone. It is the melding of mechanics and art. And that's why nobody remembers Super Wing Commander, because while it's a great game and it has very interesting art direction, it does not have that incredible classic art direction.
Yes. Yeah, because I owned Super Wing Commander for years. I had Macintosh for years, and I have played maybe 3 missions in Super Wing Commander. And that's the one you sent me.
I'm judging you harshly.
Yeah, because it's your Super Wing Commander you sent me. That's right. You sent me the box.
Yeah, that's you.
Yeah, you sent me that game, and then I never. Well, I started to collect some of the art assets, and then I forget what happened to us. Because we were
life happened.
Yeah, no, because we were still kids. Because I remember I still had that was like the Power Mac era. That's 8500. Yeah. Yeah, because we were.
Sea-Lig?
That might have been still dial-up era too. Oh,
what do you want?
There you go. Look at you. Who's the tan man?
He is.
Sea-Lig or whatever. Sea-Lig.
Want to hear our response?
Trying to see what we got here for this.
Well, here it comes.
Yeah, so Doom. So OpenRA just has Tiberian Dawn, Red Alert, Doom 2000, and Tiberian Sun is. Although I wonder how they feel about the remastering. I'm sure some of those guys are probably working on both. Should be interesting. I'm very excited to see these.
Yeah, I'm hoping that Electronic Arts has some new division that remasters games, because you know what comes after CNC.
Yes, you're goddamn right I do. And I'm going to make sure we're going to pump the hell out of it to get some copies out there, and then we're going to hope the next one does come around. We know a few artists who'd be, I'm sure, more than happy.
It is time to bring back Wing Commander. I don't even have to work on it. I can get this question a lot, and sometimes the trolls on Twitter like, "Don't you love Star Citizen?" Yes, I love Star Citizen, but it's not.
Yeah, it's not the.
It's not the Wing Commander universe. Star Citizen is an incredible game, and it's going to just keep getting better. But it's like, I love Star Trek and I love Star Wars, but one isn't better than the other. I need my world, my Wing Commander universe. I want the Wing Commander timeline and the history and the Kilrathi and the war and.
Because one's like how I want to say it's like it's your job. Like it's not your passion, it's your job.
But it is my job in specific. But even then, it's it's not any spiritual successor type game. With System Shock, when they did Bioshock. Bioshock is a wonderful game. It's one of my favorite games of all time. But it doesn't make me not want System Shock 3. It doesn't make me not want to go back to that world. So what I want more than anything is to go back to the Wing Commander world.
You want that universe itself, because when it's the same, but it's just slightly tweaked, and it's that slight tweak that the pieces don't fit right.
It's
you
like
it, but you don't. It's not the same level of love.
And in a perfect world, obviously the dream project would be Chris Roberts bring back Wing Commander, but Electronic Arts isn't going to let that happen, and
jerks.
So we want what we can get in that regard.
Yeah, sometimes you can't get what you want, you get what you need.
I would love to see somebody take a crack at it. And, I would love to see something stupid. I would love a Wing Commander Facebook. Facebook games don't even exist anymore, do they? Maybe there's some level of Minmas.
I'm sure there's grandmas and grandpas still farming away in Farmville.
But like a privateer browser game or something stupid like that. Just it wouldn't need to be the second coming, but I'd love a little taste of my world.
Yeah, like a arena is like a tiny taste.
And I think the thing that would make it all great is if we could do the thing to do would be to redo Wing Commander 1 in a modern style. That would be the thing that would make money and be successful. Electronic Arts is not amazing at picking out the project that will make money and be successful. But
when you're thinking just in the kind of cold corporate sense, you're thinking more about ones and zeros and dollars and cents.
Even then, though, you don't. There's certainly a disconnect.
I have a feeling
I think it's one of the things that allowed Star Citizen to be such a success is because Chris and the folks putting it together understood what actual players want, and they could build to that. And there is the money people at Electronic Arts do not necessarily ever have their fingers on gamers.
No, they're going to the Catalina wine mixer.
Yeah, they're going to look at data and say, okay, well,
they look at
7 Space
numbers.
Sims failed, so this one's going to
make another effort.
not necessarily the case.
Yeah.
There's more to it than that, and leading with your gut a little bit is it's good to do.
It's kind of why you need those small indie studios to kind of push those things through, because they're the ones who will take the risks and have their finger on the pulse much better than, say, some schmuck in the corporate tower who looks at data.
It's weird that Brown Hair would make a Toys R Us reference since the
is that
chain
what
has
it
been.
is?
He's like, where'd you get you guys? Toys R Us?
Well, it's coming back, baby. It's coming back.
I need you.
I'm not sure why, but it's coming back. It's going to nostalgia come back, and then it's going to probably fail within 5 years, if not soon. That's my guess.
Leave immediately thereafter and return here for your payment.
You have the weapons here?
Of course.
Yeah, because it's fun. You know, it's like
even
even looking at like the games that I still play this day, I don't play a ton of like new games. I mean, I play Steel Division a lot because I like that type of art. Like I'm our RTS guy, if there has to be, right? Like that's right. But you know what? A lot of times I love to go back and play Red Alert. You know, grind through the campaigns, go and do CNC and stuff. You'll get, you know, you go through a phase where you're like, you know what? For the next month, I'm just gonna play CNC Generals all the time, and then pop in some mods and try to do some dumb stuff. You know, same thing with Wing Commander. You're like, although with Wing Commander, my problem is it's like I'm gonna try playing it this way now. And then after 3 missions, I fall right back into how you play, because it's like, this is how I play this game.
This is how you do it.
It feels hard and almost wrong to try experimenting, because you're like, no, I need to win this. I don't want to half win it, I need to goddamn win it fully. And it's hard to let that go, even if it's a playthrough that does not matter. And I'm the worst at that, you know. That was like one of the things, like, you know, when I was testing Standoff, they'd be like, well, try weird stuff, and I'd be like, I don't want to, I just want to win! So it would have to get used to trying to do that type stuff, you know?
So what am I going to run into in this mission?
No
this is the
contraband
second...
hold on, I had it pulled up somewhere. I think I might have closed it already.
We got the book here.
Oh, yeah. Well, I was just going to look at the game guide, too, since it's right there, but we can do both. Room Lynch. Excuse me.
It's good to fly. I'd be flying again. Tell you what, it's no fun being in the hospital. I'm pretty much recovered, except for the drugs are knocking me out all the time right now.
Yeah.
But
we got this sector bottled.
It's just a pain to have to lay in one position all day, and then you have to like exercise your hip for a couple weeks to get it back to good. It's a pain all around.
They make you do those weird stretches?
We found they didn't make us do much, which was unfortunate. This is not the best hospital.
Oh, because I was going to say, because, you know, when I had my knee all messed up, one of the things they had me do is all these stretches, and one of the tricks they have you do to help stretch is you get, like, a dog leash, so you put the loop end on your foot, so then you can pull it to stretch yourself that way.
Huh.
Which, that's what I was going to say, is something you should try with that.
Yeah,
because do the hip, because my hip is why my knee got messed up, is apparently... for reasons I cannot explain, my right hip muscle, I don't know, or something.
You're
weird,
finished, flyboy.
Screwed up me somehow. So this mission is fairly simple. 2 demons, confident pros, escorting Croix, I guess is how you say his name. Also in a demon, so you got 3 demons, and if you don't kill Croix right off the bat, you'll get 5 demons, or...
It's a lot of demons.
So you don't necessarily need to kill him.
Is this the Bioshock guy?
I am
Croix.
Kreutz, privateer.
It looks like Masterson's evil
Terribly
twin,
sorry to
like
interrupt
brother,
your flight, but
with a little mustache there.
He's talking like Masterson too.
Probably because my name is Jasterson. I'm not related to that jerk on Oxford. I don't
Since
read.
we both cannot fulfill our contracts,
But
it
yeah.
seems we'll need to settle this ourselves. Would you consider dumping your
It's,
cargo?
yeah, but it is funny how often I find myself.
Alas,
I mean,
we'll have
if
to
you look
settle
at
this
my
by violent
hard
means.
drive, it's literally the same game that's been on there since 1999. You know, and it's funny because it's like I'll go, back to those every now and then. After Sigil came out, I played a little. I started playing a few extra new mods that I found out there. There's a repository for the best mod from every year, from like 94 or 92 on.
Whoa!
You just got your ass handed to you.
Oh yeah, that's not good.
You just got destroyed by the two of them.
I'm dead.
But yeah. I mean, I definitely notice I go through these like cycles of, it's like, oh, CNC time, or every,
Great, what did I call that last one?
I have no. You called it Big Boy was the last one.
I'm gonna check my
the timestamps.
And if I'm gonna fix something that's been bugging me while I do this.
All right. Your mouse is still on my screen. There you go.
There you go.
But yeah, it's funny how often I fall into those. And it's great though, although at the same, I just realized too. Remember when I was playing through Halo? I still have to finish Halo 4. I kind of stopped because I know I'm almost done. That means I have to play Halo 5, which is something I don't want to do. Although I am excited for the newest one. It looks very good from the little bit we've seen so far.
And the last save game I had was called Mission 2.
Oh, Jesus. Well, of course, I would have thought of that right away. Why didn't I think of that?
Okay, let's see. There we go. Did I already accept his mission when I saved it is another question.
I understand through my contacts on Siva that you've not delivered those weapons yet.
Okay.
I did inform you that it was late already. What's the delay?
I do have other business to attend to, Lynch.
Other business? You I should help him priority-wise, Mr. Lynch?
Not now, Miggs. Pilot, when you fly for me, mine is the only business that matters. However, I'll overlook this if you move immediately. Deliver the weapons to the agricultural planet Siva in Reichel. Afterwards,
phone box in back
your
of it?
payment of 15,000 credits.
Well,
Fine.
yes, it is.
But I want info on the artifact.
Or it's a dumbbell distribution vending machine.
Oh, okay.
And it's right here that sketchy
kind of
guy,
sci-fi
Mr. Sketchy Guy, who's there in a bunch of frames. Although I don't think there's anybody ever puking in that one. I think that's always just the greaser against the wall guy, the one with the fawns with the leather jacket. I think only at mining and pirate bases you see the patrolling person, or maybe agricultural.
Jumping along in my automobile.
It doesn't roll with Galaxy, huh? Not really. Just gotta talk our way out of these things, right?
Forget this meet happened. We got no problem.
I'll approach them with my gun ports open to show how open I am.
It's a sign of respect.
Makes perfect sense to me, an idiot.
What did you fudge with when you were talking about what was bothering you?
Yes, I see. I fudged that in the opposite way.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
Forget this meet happened.
All right, I wasn't sure if you didn't know if that was one of the effects of your changes.
We'll fix that after this.
Yeah, that's fine. This is the recovery show. Yeah.
The show is sick too.
Prepare to be searched. Maintain speed and course.
We're doing well.
No contraband detected. You may proceed.
2 hours, 45 minutes, so.
Alright.
Doing well.
Yeah, we'll wrap this up soon. I'm getting pretty,
Yeah, as I said, sure. Yeah, and, well, it's funny, because it's actually nice. When we first started, I noticed that for whatever reason, the sun, I think, cooked our room a bit, because it was pretty toasty, where I was like, oh no. We're gonna have one of those hot shows again.
It's actually not so bad.
No, it's quite comfortable right now. Yeah. No, when we first started, I was like, oh no, it's gonna be like that hot show we had a month or two ago, where it got very warm in here at first, and we were like, oh my god, thank you for the AC kicking on.
Terribly sorry to interrupt your flight, but it seems...
No, there's no book club this week, Christopher. That's next week.
Yeah, we're gonna do next week.
We're gonna do next week, so that way we can have that week lead in. Although you can't, jump right back. That's a lot of heaviness. So yeah. Oh yeah.
We'll need to settle this ourselves. Would you
consider? We'll have book club next week. We'll have our continuing privateer explorations as the Summer of Privateer continues. We might try to throw in some other things. Get some variety for our privateer. Maybe jump to another world. Who knows?
Oh yeah, you know I had an idea for that. I'll tell you about it later.
Oh, okay, yeah. Oh shit! You just took an asteroid off the side hard.
Your death is my living.
That was not so bueno. Oh shit! Oh shit!
Oh no!
No, he might. Oh, turn right. Yeah, go right. Go right. You got shields to your right. Your other right. There you go. Oh shit! Oh, there you go. Yep. You got me. Oh, shit. Nice maneuvering. This is the great. Oh yeah! There you go. Ooh, baby, you look like the '70s with all that orange and yellow. Oh, see this, and that is what makes Privateer fantastic.
Yes, it is.
Because none of the games have that god-awful curse of maneuvering jets.
And now I have to maneuver without maneuvering jets through an asteroid field.
Oh, good God! Let us make it. Let us make it. But yeah, it's the thing I both love and absolutely hate the most about Privateer. Because it's a great immersive characteristic in gameplay, but then it also is an insufferable pain in your ass when it happens to you. No one enjoys only turning right and up 1 degree, and then you miss it by just a little bit, so then you have to, damn it, do it all around again. But it is so fun. Look at that hunk of crap.
Very slowly going.
I'm surprised you even trust autopilot to operate with that much damage at this point, huh? Where the hell are you going to?
I'm going to the Brikel base. But, you know, I'm just gonna let some healing happen right now, I think.
Alright. Oh, no, I would never do that. I don't alt D and just get the hell out. No. I mean, unless I get destroyed, I love the sense of accomplishment that you feel when you get to a base with your maneuvering jets, you know, pss, pss, pss. Like you have one little juice it can turn, and that's it. And I love that sense of accomplishment because you know you've done something that's a giant pain to do.
Yeah.
I mean, it does suck. Don't get me wrong. It absolutely is atrocious, and I'm sure I've sworn up storms trying to do it. No damage there.
I don't think they have damage textures for the.
No, yeah. Oh, but you get some flashing for your turrets.
That's because our targeting is damaged everywhere. I have literally no armor on this side.
That's why I was like, turn right. So I was, because I could see it lighten up, and I'm like, oh my God, he's got to get that other side pointed. Yeah. I don't know what he hit you with. I don't know if it was him.
I think I took an asteroid on the side,
and that
there
lowered
was a guy
everything.
there following up on it.
And then he followed up and tried to finish the job. Yeah, you're probably right. Probably right. Eesh.
My keyboard broke. Droid, you can go faster, you know. Slow droid.
Well, you don't have the advanced upper model yet, you know, his red friend.
Oh, shields are back online.
It's good.
Just in time. Yeah, it'll be nice to get one of those red droids.
Yes.
Alright, stuff's looking less orange.
Yeah, you're getting into the 80s with some green.
I shot 18 missiles trying to get.
Oh, wow. I mean, you did dump. Although there were some that I don't even think had locked. They just flew
I was
from
just
space.
dumping them, hoping they would hit somebody.
Yeah. Which is funny that I'd never had noticed they would do that though. That they would just kind of dumb fire off into space like that. Because they didn't turn. It did not.
Slow galaxy. Greetings. Okay, got it afterward. Oh, great, there's.
You got pirates? Yeah.
You're finished, Flyboy.
You know what? I'm just not going to deal with you guys. I'm just going to go right in for
Just run, baby. You're right there. You're right
Now
there. You're
entering
on
an
out. You're in
automatic
automatic landing zone. One of the most reassuring sounds to hear. Look at that
Oh,
SOB.
it's huge.
Yeah, look at that SOB. Oh, son of a bitch! You've got to be kidding.
Oh no, well, it's fine.
It's fine.
I mean, we don't have to do anything combat related on the way out. We were just dumping our cargo. So.
That's true.
I'm gonna save this for AWC 21.
All right. Well, do you wanna pause here?
Yeah, I think
let's say we're at just under 3 hours. I think that's a good stopping point. We've managed to both pursue our goals, break some things.
Yeah, back in the groove a little bit.
Back in the cockpit with your old friend. What does Tolwyn say? With your old friend, combat.
Well, here is our ending screen. We'll take the.
Yep, time to do that.
I'm gonna do the mission log.
Yes, let's see, and then. So next week we will finish fleet action with the ultimate fleet action, the Battle of Terra. We will watch the Confederation valiantly attempt to defend its home system.
Yep. So book club next week.
Yep.
We'd love for anybody to join us. I mean,
we're always open to it.
It's possible to read the entire book in the next week.
Yeah, it's true too. You could also immediately catch up. It's not that hard.
And sometimes people see this stuff and they're like, "Oh, these guys are friends. They've known each other for years. I don't want to be part of that group." I mean, yeah, we've known each other for years, but we'd also absolutely love to have you. I mean, your opinion is as valid as ours, and it would just be great to have more voices. If you want to join, anybody who does Wing Commander stuff is our friend, and we don't bite. We're not gonna.
No, and sometimes a lot of times you guys have like thoughts or you notice references that go right over our heads.
Absolutely,
we've known each other so we tend to think, oh yeah, that. Like, no, we don't think of that at all. Like, and that's what's great, There you are, sir.
Here's our,
that's
our galaxy.
That's good compared to your last times flying things that we won't discuss. Oops. There we go. A galaxy quest.
Now, I will preface this final bit by saying that
sir.
This is the Clyde segment that was intended for Beach Week, so it's Beach Clyde. So
whoa!
But let me say again, it's absolutely wonderful to be healthy again and online and doing this, and
we're glad to have you back.
Expect more next week as we get everything back up and running.
And we're on the final countdown to the big birthday.
Yeah, it's coming soon. And August 17th is the big party.
That's mine.
Here's Clyde.
See ya.
Hi, I'm Dr. Clyde Burrows with the Omnicron Institute. It sure looks like the gang is having a great time, and their signal is coming in loud and clear. Real spaceships need a lot more infrastructure to phone home, however, which is why NASA maintains something called the Deep Space Network, or DSN. The DSN is a series of complex communications antennas located all around the world that allow the ground controllers to stay in constant contact with robotic spacecraft all around the solar system, and one day, the galaxy. See you on the next exciting episode of All Wings Considered.